like sort of rustling around. I don't know if your mic's rubbing against your beard or something. It's like sort of making some rustling sound constantly. Okay, so recap of last session. I think we need to go to the map for this one. All right, last session you guys started off over in Everlund, and you'd met your Harper contacts at Everlund. A high-ranking archmage of the Moongleam Tower named Maester Crowan invited you all to the Moongleam Tower, and you wanted a bit of an update on what's happening with the giant situation. He reassured you that the various factions across Faerun are taking measures to try and put a stop to the giants, but there has recently been a devastating attack by dragon cultists, which is still leaving a lot of the various factions across the North reeling. There was a major war, and also Maester Crowan told you guys that Everlund had recently left the Lord's Alliance, and it's very hard to get all of the different kingdoms or cities of Faerun to work together, because when it push comes to shove, they like to stand behind their own countrymen, and that is sort of the reason why the Lord's Alliance was formed, to try and get some of these major cities to ally together in times of need. But you do know that wherever these factions are operating, they're definitely at least looking after themselves, and there haven't been any attacks reported on any of the major cities of Faerun. However, Maester Crowan believed that Everlund was somewhat vulnerable. Cannot imagine giants attacking something like Waterdeep, because it would be suicidal for giants. So you guys were told to keep on doing what you're doing and seek out Harshnag. He seems to be the best bet to try and figuring out what's happening with the giants. You guys had a few other quests that you wanted to clean up beforehand, so you teleported over to Yartar and you procure the Giant Slayer axe, which had been recommissioned from a greatsword from Lord Zymorvin from Zymorvin Hall. And then you guys have now sort of teleported down to Waterdeep, all the way down here. And you've made your way on foot, well, by joining a caravan actually, on the way to Goldenfields. And about halfway through that journey on the North Furrow, you guys had been attacked by some hill giants. They tried to do a bit of a snatch and grab, sort of grab an entire wagon and just stuff it under their arms and run off into the forests. And you guys tracked the giants, and you'd actually met up with the elves in the Ardeep Forest near Nightstone, the same ones, the enclave that had helped you guys fight the orcs when Nightstone was under attack. You guys had also met a barbarian by the name of Rend, who has joined you guys, and he was recommended by Maester Crowan, and Rend was sort of knows Harshnag. He sort of got saved by Harshnag there. So you guys cut through the Ardeep Forest, and you've sort of made your way around this area here. It's quite hilly. It's near the Forlorn Hills. This hill is called the Forlorn Hills. And you'd kept finding these tracks. You've been tracking hill giants. Even through the Desserin River, you're able to still track them. And the tracks have actually led up north towards Goldenfields. And as you guys were traveling up, about 100 feet ahead of you, you can see this large sort of burrow in the ground. Like the road has sort of, or an ancient road has sort of been dug up, and there's a few ruins around this area. And you've spotted a hill giant, and he's just sort of picking things up that could be edible. Started picking up all these random objects, and he's sort of over near this small squat stone ruin. It's just like a rectangular shaped edifice. Most of the walls have completely crumbled down. A few of them stand about 6 or 7 feet high. The entire area is surrounded by forest, and sort of cutting through this copse of trees is this big burrow that there are a heap of ogres that are sort of digging up the ground. And there are a few bugbears hanging around with the ogres. They're further up the road. They're probably another 50 feet beyond the hill giant. And yeah, you guys have spotted the hill giant. Even though you're not really moving at a slow pace as to sort of stealth, you're just doing your standard march. You've still spotted the hill giant just because he's making a lot of noise, and he stood out among all of the trees and whatnot. And I think you guys were going to ambush the hill giant, I believe.
Heck yeah.
So you guys are all together. You've met up. The party members that weren't here last week, they've caught up with everyone else. And that's where you guys are now. You're sort of in this sort of hilly terrain. And there's a bit of an open field as well. And the Goldenfields is like less than a day's journey. The elves of the Ardeep Forest, they're not escorting you guys anymore. They only took you to the edge of the forest and pretty much didn't say anything, just left you guys to go. So yeah, you're about a day's hike from Goldenfields. And it's like late afternoon when you spot this hill giant. So the plan was decided to ambush the hill giant. So everyone will need to make a stealth check. We'll need a group stealth check. Stealth check from everyone.
And I'll help with that. Spell.
Okay. Roderick, if you use Pass Without Trace, you don't need to make any ability checks. The hill giants, they're not the most perceptive creatures.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys just creep up, and yeah, you'll be able to approach undetected. Now, did anyone want to do anything before the fight? You'll be able to sort of get the jump on the hill giant.
I'd like to shillelagh.
Okay.
Does casting a hunter's mark on them notify them as well? Do those kind of things?
It's got a 90-foot range, so it just depends on the component. I think, does it have a verbal component? If it has a verbal component, yeah, 90 feet. I mean, if you're doing a spell from 90 feet away, someone's going to hear that and you'll lose your stealth. You'll break out of stealth.
Leave off until fight starts.
Okay. You guys head up. The ogres, they're just sort of digging in the ground, and there's a couple of bugbears creeping around. And as you guys get a little bit closer, move on over to a map here. This is the hill giant over here, sort of digging around these ruins. The ogres, they're sort of digging through the ground here, and a couple of bugbears just lurking around. You guys are all covered by the shield of Roderick's spell, and you're sort of staying low to the ground and trying to make a little noise as possible. Alright, most of you, in fact every single one of you, notice there are actually more than 2 bugbears just moving in between the trees, as quiet as a cat as bugbears are. There are another 5 bugbears.
Shit.
They're just skulking around. They seem to be searching for things, maybe foraging. And at the moment, with your approach, you guys are stealthed, and I don't know if that changes any situation, having there's a few more bugbears. Are you guys ready to go? Ready to fight?
I think we need fireballs. Rand, can you throw Thomas at them, and then
Oh, look who's up first.
I'm gonna roll initiative.
hopefully we can get a double fireball.
All of these
Double
creatures
fireball.
are surprised.
Awesome.
So, Rand, you are up first.
Let's see here. So 5, 10, 15. This bugbear up left. Okay, so I can reach them all, I guess. Alright. I guess I'll just start with this dude here. Gonna rage.
Okay.
And Go ahead and reckless attack this dude.
Okay. You run up. The ground here has been sort of freshly dug out, and there's just a small slope. It's only a few feet high. You easily jump up onto the grass, and the bugbear is just sort of picking at a tree branch as you run up on him. And that's a crit.
Jeez. That's a good way to start it off.
Oops. Wrong button.
Alright, you run up at him, and do you have brutal? Is it brutal critical?
I don't have brutal, but I've got the great weapon. So, although I can't move again after killing this dude, so there's nobody else in range to attack.
Okay.
Ninth level, I get
Ninth
brutal.
level. Alright, you hit him, and he's just sort of turned around, and as he turns around, you sort of just thump him in the chest with the axe, and his breath is just sort of taken out of him. He's like bleeding profusely. And then I'll just take that second attack that you made there if you want to hit him again, because he's not dead.
Yeah, that's the second one in, and then
So yeah, that hits. Alright, he opens his eyes wide. You pull the axe out, and before he has a chance to grab his Morning Star, you hit him again in the chest, and you just hear his bones snap, and it just opens him right up, and he falls onto the ground dead.
cool. And that's all I can do now.
Thomas.
Alright. I'm gonna throw some pixie dust on myself.
Alright, pixie dust. What do we get? Yeah, that's
On the
invisibility.
99.
Visible for an hour.
Visible for an hour.
Almost hit that 100.
I think you've rolled in. Oh no, usually you've got flying, invisibility. Alright, and
Yeah.
if you're, it's just regular invis, so if you tackle or anything, it'll break.
Attack deals any damage or casts a spell. So it's unfortunate. Got to climb to get up on the berm here. Is that?
No, it's only a few feet. It would be difficult terrain, that's all. An extra 5 feet to get up. And all like moving through all these trees are difficult terrain.
Get out of the sniping position and out of.
The hill giant's still completely oblivious to what's going on. He's just like picking up some rocks and tasting them. Throws it down when he realizes he can't eat it. The ogres are continuing to dig, but they're all starting to turn around and look confused. And so does Wonka. He turns around. Me smell! He yells out. Ander.
Key. Right, Ender is gonna get over here. I don't know if I can. Oh yeah, I can. Never mind. So I get over here and I mount on top of Ka with almost all my movement. And Ka is gonna walk to here. She can. Or one square behind it. And with a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on the giant.
Now, as you move up and get a good look at Wonka, he just looks like the other hill giants. He's very scantily dressed, just a loincloth covering his waist, and just a big old tree branch in his hand.
To die. So these are the same hill giants that attacked Golden. Or do I know anything about that?
Goldenfields? You mean the caravan?
The town.
Because Anders from the town, like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Back
oh,
side.
you mean North Furrow? Yeah, North Furrow. It's called North Furrow, the halfling settlements. Well, I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
they're hill giants. You don't know if they're the same ones or not. They all sort of look slightly different, but yeah, you wouldn't really be able to tell them apart unless you like interrogated them or something.
Okay. Well, in any case, Car's gonna bite him.
He goes to try and grab Car, thinking it's like food coming to him. Oh, easy! And yells in giant, and Car just snaps onto his hand, and he's on the whisper. He actually just makes a saving throw with an 11, and it bites him, and his big welt appears on his hand, and he sort of shakes it. Oh!
And with my my other action, I hit him with the rapier.
And that hits.
That hits. Oh.
But he yells, "Ah, you no bite me, food, me bite you!" And you stab him in the leg. And he sort of looks down at you, and Aaron. Doesn't really seem too hurt at the moment.
Oh, you will be hurt. Don't worry. Give it a second.
Norin.
I'll run up here beside my buddy Andrew. Using the trident. See if it does better this time for me. First attack.
That's a hit. Alright, you stab him in his other leg, and he sort of just continues to look down. Oh, why you do that?
And I'm going to put my unwavering mark on him with that attack. And then I'll attack again.
And this time he just sort of bats you away. 12 is a miss.
There's that 4. Yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to do. That's it.
Alright, ogres and the bugbears are no longer surprised. Lily.
Start with unmuting myself. Let's see. I think I'm gonna begin. I'm gonna begin with a spell. We'll do a slow on this big group of people back here. That's a 40-foot square or cube, so it should get all those ogres and I think what the like 3 closest bugbears.
You'd hit 2. You'd hit like everything in that group there that's on the road.
Am I able to move that slightly?
Oh, yeah, I'll give you control of it. You can put it where you want. When you click on it, just use the... Obviously, it's a cube, but that template is a circle. Just use the blue border that comes around it. Oh, yeah, you can put it there.
Okay, yeah, I already clicked it, so that's what I'm shooting.
Alright, you throw up a slow in that area, and all the creatures have to make a wisdom saving throw. And your DC is 15?
15?
Okay.
Ooh, that
Only-
one ogre.
Only a single ogre. The one right in the middle is sort of not affected by the spells. All the rest, they really slow down as they start to turn their heads.
I'm gonna use a bonus action to blade sing. And then I think I'm gonna head down here. Maybe one more. And it is like a little, like almost like a little wall while I'm in it, right?
Where you are now, it's like nothing, less than a foot. This
Less than
area
a
here.
foot.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's not going to
Is
give
there
anyone
anything?
any cover. The trees would
What
give
if I-
cover.
What if I drop down? Would that be enough to give me a little cover?
If you drop down, then you're prone, so ranged attacks on you will have disadvantage.
Yeah. I was just wondering if they would provide any cover as well.
No, it will not.
All right. Well, I'll drop down anyway.
It depends. It also is. You've got cover from trees depending on where targeted attacks would come from. Alright, this bugbear is just sort of starting to climb the tree, and he just stops and looks around and sort of is no longer surprised. Dan.
I'm gonna move up to about here, and I'm gonna toll the dead on the giant.
Wonka. Alright, Wonka makes
Yeah,
a
the
wisdom
one-
save. And
Ooh.
doesn't really mean to, but he just sort of scratches his head and looks at you.
Huh.
Oyster!
Get a spiritual weapon on his location.
Nice.
That's a hit. Alright, it does sort of just. The dove dives down and sort of splits his cheek. Ah! You do spicy on me!
Yep. I smile, and my turn.
Alright, these bugbears just starting to very, very slow around the other goblinoids. Roderick.
All right. I'm going to. Which distance? That's fine. I'm going to Hunter's Mark the giant. That. And then I'm going to run in there and take a few swings.
Alright, that is a hit. You run up, jump in the air, and you give him a good whack across the leg. You hear some bones splinter and he sort of falls down on one knee, grabbing that knee, roaring in pain.
And again.
And then you just slap him over the face and like breaks his nose and he screams out in agony that a big roar that just causes birds to scatter from nearby trees.
And then Dread Ambusher the never expects.
And then you whack him again and just sort of slap his face to the other side and blood just starts to patter on the ground and his face is just a red bloody mess. He's almost dead. Alright, more goblinoids are just starting to look around, and then finally this ogre very, very slowly turns his head and realizes you guys are attacking them. Friend.
All right, my turn. Let's see, but so I can go between. Let's see, right here.
Yep.
So I want to attack that giant.
Okay.
Your dog agrees.
Ogre.
Alright. Oh, ogre. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Well, he technically he is a giant. Alright,
Again.
that is a hit. Alrighty, you hit him for the giant slayer, and you hit him in the leg. Oops, he's on. Wait, why did that whisper? Let me see what's strange. He's whispering to me even though he's not on whisper. Let me see what's going on there. That is weird. It's not showing the rolls for the ogre. Let me try again. He did fail. He got a 6, but
Alright, so he's
Alright.
prone now.
yeah, you hit him in the
Oh,
leg,
check.
and that's the extra 6 damage there as well. So that's 16 damage, and yeah, it just sort of cuts his leg straight off, and he falls to the ground prone.
Nice. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and take my second attack on him too then.
All right, you have advantage for this one, and that hits. And you just hack into him, and yeah, the ogre's hurt.
Alright, and that ends my turn for this round.
The axe, it really slices through the ogre well as well. You notice it's like a hot knife through butter. Thomas.
Yeah.
Alright.
You know, if you put that one to the left, you can get Ren too.
I know. It was, yeah. I could add a giant. Yeah, anyway. Just, scream fire! Actually, quicken it as a...
You're quickening it? Okay. Give us a roll on the Wild Magic Surge table. Whoa.
Nice.
Yeah, you quicken it, right?
Awesome.
Does that mean he can't cast a normal spell now? Because he's got a.
Oh.
Yes, pretty
Just-
much. Well, he can do like cantrips and spells. Alright, you drop a fireball there, and the slow gives them a -2 on their deck save. I'm gonna move
Synergy.
this
Yeah.
one ogre out of the way so he doesn't get. Actually, I'm just gonna do it manually because it's probably gonna be quicker than moving all the tokens. These are. Oops, bugbear. No, you guys didn't see the rolls, but 16 and 11. For some reason. Okay, there we go. Alright, so no, it'd be this one. 16, and then the other two fail. So the two that fail, they are incinerated. There's nothing left of the bugbears. Their fur is singed and smoldering corpses fall to the ground. And now there's a regular ogre that's not slowed. Alright. Oh, he's doing that whisper thing as well. Okay. I think because I've got multiple ogre character sheets, that's why it's doing it. Alright, that ogre, he does fail. He gets a 4, so he's burnt very, very badly. And then there are 4 more ogres to make deck saves. And they all have a -2. They all fail. They get sort of quite badly scorched as well. None of them are like seriously injured from that, but the ogres do get hurt. And the trees, they pretty dry, so they actually catch because it's summer. And this ogre actually is annihilated as well. So this portion of the trees over in this section are lights. Catches a light.
We're gonna have to fight the elves.
Alright, and then my action,
Well, there's no elves in the area. There's just
Why are you burning the forest, Thomas?
Hey, I'm an
I'm
elf. I'm in
an
the
elf.
area.
I'm a wood elf.
no
How
real,
dare you?
no real elves. I mean, no.
I'm an high elf. The wood elf doesn't count.
You could make a history check though, if you want to know what's in the area.
this is my action and trying the pixie dusting.
Okay. Alright, the pixie dust 56 is flying. Alright, Than, you remember something about like an ancient copper dragon that sort of lives around this area?
Oh, I hope it doesn't disturb the ancient.
You know what, I'll just fly 50 feet straight up.
Okay. Okay, this ogre moves incredibly slow. 10, 15, 20, 25. It's like running in slow motion towards your end. And he takes
Hey,
a dash
watch style?
action. Yeah, pretty much.
Got the jiggle going?
Alright, Wonka, he starts crying. Why are you hitting me? No, kill me! And he just drops his club. He curls up into a ball and takes a dodge action, crying. And
Sigh.
Do you feel bad about hitting him yet?
No, his rangers are interesting creatures and they hate giants.
The hate is strong in this one.
Yes. So Kai's gonna buy him with advantage. No, this advantage.
That's a hit. Car doesn't give two shits. Car jumps up and bites Wonka and just snaps onto his neck, and he is choking, coughing, and screaming and crying, and R is slowly just constricting him to death.
And as a bonus action, Ka's gonna give me help. Gonna help me for cancel out the disadvantage.
Okay.
I'm going to swing at him non-lethally.
All right.
So I'm gonna try to not hit a vital organ.
Car is
Oh,
just
you care after all.
sort of constricting the giant and overpowering it, just bringing its head down, and that hits. And the giant's head, which is about your size from standing and up, it sort of meets you on the ground there, and you just wind up a nice sucker punch and just knock the giant out.
Halfly knocking a giant out. Awesome.
That ability says when he doesn't attack. Am I reading it wrong, or is it?
Oh
Wait,
yes.
It's when your beast companion doesn't.
Oh, it's when it doesn't attack?
I'm really confused by that.
Yeah, it's only when he doesn't attack, so you couldn't have done that. But anyway, a 16 hits.
Oh, wow.
Go ahead, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to move with 30 feet of movement. Time now. Oh, but this is difficult terrain through the forest, right?
Yeah, if you go through the trees, count it as difficult terrain.
Okay, I'm gonna go around.
Very dense. Norin.
Alright. I'll slowly make my way over here. Test the wind and chunk of javelin. Let's see, which one do I want to go for? Let's go ahead and try to take out the one that's hurting pretty bad. I mean, it's definitely outside of my range, but I can still throw. Putting the trident, like sticking the trident in the ground temporarily. Let's throw one of the dwarven javelins I got in river. Nope.
That's a hit.
Oh yeah, because they're slowed.
Alright, you get a nice arc on that javelin, and the ogre is basically just a large target that does not move. And the javelin whizzes over, sticks through his neck, and the ogre just hits the ground hard.
Do you track where you picked up your individual javelins from?
Yep.
You should name them as well.
I've got 2 goblin javelins, 3 dwarven javelins, and 3 orcish javelins. So I'm not gonna
should
like
start
name
a
them
blog on
individually.
Each one you name should
Reviewing the
have a
javelins.
name from where you got it from.
You should have a name for your target, like you write you're like, this is ogre, and you throw it at the ogre.
Give the ogre a name first.
And yeah, that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay, this ogre, he does not want to go on the fire, so he moves 10, 15, 20,
Everyone, picture the jiggle.
dash, moving up incredibly slowly, and got to make the other guy a wisdom save as well. Their sheets are whispering still for some reason. Both of them. And the one before, the one before is dead, but still slowed. Alright, when the bugbears see what's happening, they just move deeper into the dense forest and
They run away.
tries to like hide as he's moving away, but you guys can just hear him breaking through trees and whatnot. I think he went a little bit too far, but yeah, they try to get away. Alright, this ogre, he's not slowed, and he sort of yells, "Oh, you're going too slow!" And he takes the regular movement. He managed to get up onto you, Rand, and swings his great club. And I don't know why his sheet is still doing this. I thought I fixed it. He gets a 12 on his attack roll and misses you. Lily.
All right. I'll start by standing up. So that's half my movement. And I take it like this guy that's running away, he's probably like considered in cover from a.
Yep, the trees would give half cover.
Okay. I think I'll try to get this one with a ray of frost.
That is a direct hit. The ray of frost peers between your allies and the tree trunk and spikes the bugbear, hitting him for 13 cold damage and causing an icy sheath to form around his leg. And did the API break? I think so. It did. Anything else for your turn, Lily?
No, I clicked the button. I just nothing seems to be happening.
Yep, API broke. Alright, this bugbear, he is not too inclined to run. Instead, he is going to try and skulk in the trees. He hides, and everyone loses track of his exact location. He's now hidden. Dan, you're up.
Gonna move my spiritual weapon up to, I guess, 20 feet or so this way.
Okay.
And I'm gonna move myself to about there. And I'm gonna cast Bane on these three guys.
Alright, wisdom saves for these guys, and know that their character sheets are fixed. No whisper. Ready?
Nice.
I did it.
Nicely done.
Those are all charisma saves.
Oh, well. Same
Fail.
bonus.
Totally failed, man. Total fail.
Isn't Bane a charisma save?
I don't know, is it?
It is a
Maybe I
charisma
failed.
save.
Sorry. I failed. I should even say anything.
Alright,
Cool.
the two most northern ogres, they have a black shroud appear above them that sort of annoys them. They try to bat at it and gets in their way.
All right, and I think that's it.
Alright, this incredibly slow ogre reaches for a javelin, pulls it out, and throws it at Ren, and just ends up sticking it into the ground in front of him.
I intimidated him.
Roderick.
Right. The hide's against passive perception, isn't it? So like it'd take a search or something to find him. Is that right?
He's unseen,
okay.
so like you
Okay.
sort of know where he is, but attack would have disadvantage on him.
Okay.
Unless you've got
Um,
like a 24 passive perception.
Yeah. Not yet. Probably never. I'm just gonna move through, and then that's 25. So I'll dash to get through. 10, 20, 25. To that. So.
Alright, the slowed bugbear is going to take a dash action. And he goes 5 feet off the map. Just starts looking at it. And at the end of his turn, he starts to move a lot quicker. This bugbear, he is angry. And he just jumps out. As he does jump out, he sort of trips a little bit as ice sort of shatters away at his legs. And he's just going to pick up a javelin and he's going to hunk it at Than. And he hits you for 5 piercing damage. Rend. And then you lose your concentration on your Bane.
So the one directly above me, I've already hit him once, right?
No. If you can sort of see the aura around the token, like the more
Where it's
green it
green?
is, yeah, it means they're healthier, and the yellow or redder it is, more injured they are. So he's uninjured.
All right,
that
then.
one.
I hit the one to the right, the one that's not slowed then.
Okay. That is a hit. What's strength saving throw? I messed that up, but he fails. Alright, you hit him and you just chop his leg clean off, and he's bleeding profusely. He just falls to the ground. There's a big bloodied stub just spurting out blood in the air.
All right, Stumpy, let's do that again.
And that hits. You just cleave his head clean off, and the ogre's head starts to roll down a little.
All right, then that means I have bonus action. I can attack again.
Yes.
The one to the diagonal from me there.
Okay.
All right.
That is a hit. Alright, you hit this guy in the leg, and it doesn't chop his leg off, unfortunately, but it does cause a brutal injury. You almost sever it clean off, and he's very badly hurt.
All right, and I'm done.
Thomas.
Okay, I'm feeling pretty awesome, so I'm gonna kind of turn horizontal. Like one fist out, bring the other up to my chest, kind of Superman fly style. And rocket this way. So I'm about 20 feet in the air. And launch a chromatic orb of fire's been good for me. With Tides of Chaos at the uninjured.
Alright, you have advantage. Alright, that is a direct hit. What sort of damage?
Fire.
Alright, a big plume of fire erupts from the impact and scorches a decently sized wound on the ogre.
So now I'm 20 feet up in the air, and I'll both my regular action. I'll. Since all my spells are quickened for the. Did that come through?
Alright, this
Seven, do you hear
ogre.
me?
Yep, you went up more.
No, I came down to 20
Oh,
feet, and
sorry.
my regular action is to dodge.
Okay.
Since
Oh, sorry, yeah, you were cutting out of it then. I couldn't really hear what you were saying properly.
thank you.
Okay, this ogre is going to take a really slow swing at Ren. And I guess he sort of feints you out a little bit, and you just not really, you sort of let your guard down because it's so slow, but he hits. The 13 bludgeoning damage sort of whacks you clean over the face with that club. And he's still moving around slow. Wonka is starting to snore. And
Okay. I am now going to tell Ka as a bonus action dash.
that's a bonus action, she can dash.
Yeah, that's the ability that.
Oh,
As bonus action, she can dash.
okay. Alright, got it.
There we go.
Oh yeah, dash
But
disengage will help.
okay, so now I guess she cannot attack. So I'm going to attack for her.
She
She's
manages to
allowing me
attack.
this turn. She's allowing me to attack this turn. So I'm gonna target this one and swing with the rapier.
That is a crit.
Yes.
Car sort of just grabs you by the leg and swings you towards the ogre, using you like a weapon. And you stab the ogre straight through the eye socket.
And with my second action, I'm gonna attack the other ogre.
That's another hit.
And I thank Ka for letting me attack twice.
Car says you're still being monitored, but that's acceptable. And you stab into the side of the ogre as the rapier goes straight into his side of his gut.
Alright.
Norin.
All right, I'll pick up my trident and run forward. And we'll stab this bugbear, or attempt to, I guess.
That is a miss.
Yep. I'm getting rid of the trident.
And another miss.
Don't do it.
He just
Don't do
hits your attacks away with his Morning Star.
I'm not even gonna worry about action surging.
You just need to ascend with the trident.
No.
Norin, are you still throwing javelins? That's
This
funny.
bugbear continues to run away through the woods, and he's out of sight now. Lily.
Okay. Let's see. I'll move up here, and I'm gonna try Toll the Dead on this dude way north that I hit last turn.
Alright, the spell has no effect. Begins
I
to
did say try.
disappear behind the trees.
That's that.
It's not your fault the trees gave him cover.
This bugbear is seeing you flying around, Thomas. Seem like a good target. And he's going to try and throw a javelin at you. There will be advantage and disadvantage. And it just whizzes by you. You see a javelin fly by you, about an inch away from your face. And you look down and you can see the bugbear skulking around in the trees. And he just starts sort of moving around.
Where the hell did he come from?
Dan.
Can my spiritual weapon attack him? Is that not right?
Yeah, you can attack him. It'll be the same, half cover through the trees.
Okay.
His location is revealed after throwing that spear, but it's a miss.
All right. I'll move up here. I'm gonna take a stab at this guy here with my short sword.
That is a hit. Alright, you stab the bugbear, and it's a terrible injury. The bugbear roars, and you're surprised he's still living, but he draws the sword deeper into his flesh and roars in your face.
I'll move to there and bring my spiritual weapon up, I guess, 15 feet or so.
It's already... You can't do it.
Oh,
You can't move
I
it
can only
twice.
do it once. Yeah,
It can move and attack.
I understand that. Sorry. And my turn.
This ogre comes running really slowly down the road. And makes his way up to Ander, brings up his club, and looks down at the snake. He says, and he tries to hit Car. And just slams the club into the ground. Then starts moving at his regular speed.
Ka looks at him and says, "Food."
Roderick.
Alright, I'm gonna switch the hunter's mark over to that bugbear and chase him down. Funny.
And he welcomes you, as almost like he's expecting you to come and confront him in the woods. and he sort of moves in between the trees like a cat. That's a miss.
Go again.
And he mistakes your quarterstaff as one of the tree branches and just like runs into it. You thwack him over the head, and he's rattled from that attack. This bugbear also disappears further into the woods, out of view. And the one that you just stabbed, Than, he almost seems to just revel in the fight. He takes his Morning Star and takes a swing at you. And he clubbed you for 10 piercing damage. Spikes of
I'd help you, but you're not within 5 feet of me.
Spikes of the Morning Star just pierce through your armor. Rend.
Alright. I'm gonna reckless attack the guy to the left here.
That is a hit. Alright, you chomp him in the leg, and it cuts both of his legs clean off, and it just slides his body to the side, and he just instantly dies.
Attack that other dude then.
And that's another hit.
Jeez.
You slash him. You're just cutting legs off. There are just ogre legs flying through the air. He's still living, but yeah. The axe is just... It almost guides you to strike their legs and just...
Now, since I killed the first one, can I say that was my bonus attack from the great weapon attack? Great weapon?
Well, you'd have to say that it was your bonus, but you
Okay.
still got your... I mean, it doesn't really matter because you've got your bonus action attack now.
Well, that's... Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so then I'll attack it. Final attack.
Yeah, you can, like... It doesn't have to be on the same target. That
Okay.
hits. And the axe, it just works so good against this creature. It just splits straight through his skin, and you just cleave the ogre's head off.
Start calling those guys butter. Maniac's butter knife.
It really
And
just
I'm
melts
done.
through them. Thomas.
That's quite the axe.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna fly over here and kind of turn as I lower myself into this guy's.
Alright, that hits him in the back. Ice sheaths his legs. Turns to you and sort of sparks over his shoulder.
And I'll dodge again for my
Okay. You're just sort of whizzing around. The spells just shoot from your fingertips with incredible speed.
I move over here and I try to command Ka to attack, but she just bites before I even say anything.
That's actually a miss. It bites onto the bugbear Morning Star.
See, I told you, Ka, you needed to listen to me more. Just a little bit more. And I'm gonna bonus action move my Hunter's Mark to the bugbear and swing with the rapier.
That's a hit.
And I explained that to Ka as I casually just punctured the bugbear in the eye.
I tells you better watch it. That that just instantly kills the bugbear. Straight through his head. Norin.
So each square with tree in it is difficult terrain.
Yes.
Or you know you're throwing a javelin. Why even?
I'm
Wow,
just
that's
gonna.
But you should be
I'm
able to
just
reach
gonna-
there, Norin, because it's not like 5, 10,
Well,
15,
it's-
25, 30. Yeah. This one is not difficult terrain.
Okay. I'll just run up then.
Even though you probably have more chance to hit with the javelin.
More than likely.
That
Yeah.
hits. Alright, you jam the trident straight through the bugbear's neck and just sort of pin him to the nearby tree. Dead. And they're all dead.
I'll go collect my one javelin that I threw from one of the ogre corpses.
Good job, everybody.
Now, why was that giant so... Well, I don't think he attacked, right?
Well, you guys
I think he's just pretty much
laid
he
waste.
fetal
Well,
position.
Alright,
He's
this
kind of got in the fetal position. There's a big fire here. Can
Norin.
somebody maybe put this out?
as you're standing there, there is a group of rats, a swarm that sort of scurries up. They're not like a circular mound of unnatural rats. They're just a group scurrying along, and they start running from location to location, stopping at 5-foot intervals, and then they approach you, Norin, and they start hissing at you in Draconic.
Rats?
The rats. Wow.
Yes. Do you speak Draconic?
I do not speak Draconic.
They keep on hissing. Chestos, Shastakul, Chestolostak.
I'm gonna repeat. Well, I'm gonna say back to them in Sylvan because it's gonna be my best guess. I do not know what you're talking about. I can't understand you.
Alright, they just persist for another 30 seconds, and then they move on, and they keep on heading down the road towards your allies. And they get to Rend next. Big group of rats start hissing at your feet, Rend, in Draconic.
Hey, little guys, how y'all doing?
Can you speak Draconic?
No.
Alright, they seem quite urgent in the way that they move. They're definitely not very relaxed. They're scurrying around quite frantically, and they give up pretty quickly trying to talk to you, and then they move on to Ander, and they try to speak to him.
Well, Ander does not speak Draconic, and Kat's gonna try to buy one rat.
Alright,
Well, it's in character
Ka
for sure.
can make a attack roll,
Oh,
and Ka just like devours like most of the rats,
Oh, jeez.
and the few that are left, they just run off like terrified.
Can I yell "come back" in Undercommon at them?
Alright, you can in Undercommon. Okay, you yell at them in Undercommon, and no response. They like just witnessed a big mound of their swarm absolutely devoured, and then they just run off. Meanwhile, this fire is starting to spread quite rapidly.
anybody with water spells? Anybody? I'd
I
rather the
can-
forest not burn.
If it does, we should leave before the elves
much-
find out.
30-foot cube. How much? What is the radius?
So,
of this?
about this area, Than did a history check before. So this area is sort of like Forlorn Hills territory, and there are no elves here anymore. There used to be, and there used to be dwarves living in this area as well. However, the elves left, as they do. Eventually, elves, maybe once in a millennia, they may just disappear and move to another location. When they did, dwarves moved in the area and cleared a lot of the forest from this area. That's why there's not a massive forest anymore. And the Dwarven Empire also faded from memory. And now the area is home to like hill giants and ettins and other goblinoids. But there is a copper dragon, an ancient copper dragon. You don't know the name of it, Than. But it like lives in the mountains here.
Yeah, it might be best we take this fire, put it out somehow. If anyone has anything.
That's what the create or destroy water is for.
Okay. Alright, you just
waterfalls.
yeah, you can just rain it down. That's a large quantity of water. Alright, you do a
Pretend to help by shooting rays of frost at him.
okay, Thomas. You try to help, but the rays of frost. You're the only one that probably really notices this, but when your spells hit the trees, the spell just dispels basically. It's a solid object. Then
Being consumed by the fire.
Roderick sort of holds up his hands like, "Rah, let it rain!" and a massive tub of water just sprays down and puts all the fire out.
Ah, well, that's good.
Like we have to do that quite frequently.
The trees are
I'm
scorched.
gonna collect some javelins from the ogres.
I know that this guy is sleeping, but I ignore that fact and search him anyway.
Okay, he has a loincloth, and also tucked in his loincloth, sort of attached to his waistband, is a dirty looking sack.
Give it a good yank.
And he also has a container, a leather container that he uses to carry things, which is also a sack, but different sort of sack. Alright, you rummage
Does it have
around.
a couple balls in it?
You rummage around in his sack, Lily,
Beat of force.
and you find a hand axe blade.
Score.
And a moldy wheel of cheese. Settle down, Roderick. I know you're getting excited.
I can fix that. I can fix the cheese.
And then there's just like a heap of random shit. Some like stones, there's like a tree, some tree bark, and there is like a couple of like mammal bones and just like some leaves, and looks like the giant was just grabbing like anything that could remotely be edible and just sticking it in this bag.
What's up with this building?
It's a small ruin, and make a history check, Thomas. There's nothing of interest here. It looks like the giant was sort of just had knocked down the wall and was just sort of ripping up floorboards and whatnot, just searching for things. But like it's been plundered like long ago. It looks like a very ancient ruin.
Let's see if Trell told me anything.
Yeah, you've just got no idea. This like thing in like,
Maybe the giant was onto something.
this is a shit house, is what you're thinking, Thomas.
Yeah, it's all piss in the corner.
Okay,
I think it's an outhouse.
it already smells
Where-
like piss. And
I'm gonna give Roderick the cheese.
when you guys
I'm-
search the bugbears that survived, none of them carry any treasure on them.
What about the ogres?
They don't have any treasure on them either. They have some sharpened sticks that they were using for javelins and just some big old tree, hefty looking tree branches for clubs.
I could have actually cast Speak with Animals for the rats.
Oh. I can regurgitate them.
We could raise.
Oh
dead
yeah, maybe they're not
rats.
dead. Well, they might not be dead yet, right? He ate them
Yeah,
alive.
they don't chew him. Car.
Your finger
Regurgitation.
down his throat.
Actually, I don't think snakes have a gag reflex.
Car just
I don't.
They
think
have to
snakes-
in case they eat something that's too big for them.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, that's right.
uses intimidate on you, and then
Just roll up from his tail like a tube of toothpaste until everything.
Car doesn't want to be disturbed. He's just laying there on the ground. You can see these rat-shaped indents running along his body.
I mean, maybe he doesn't have to spit them up. You could yell it.
Yeah.
He looks pretty pissed off when you talk to him.
They're talking to his stomach.
And you too, Ander. He's like, Tells you he'll deal with you later for those comments earlier. Carl said.
Oh, boy. Well,
He
Anders
says.
gonna go ahead. Oh,
Don't yell at the belly. More like yell down the throat.
Say ah.
so
As-
Anders gonna get a good berry and feed it to the giant, wake him up.
Alrighty. He's sort of whimpering as he awakens. But then, like, he sort of seems like ecstatic all of a sudden. Me! Speaking in giant. Me no hungry! Me must dead! Me must dead and go to God!
What?
I
They're
think
always
that you
hungry,
may be
but you gave them a
mistaken.
good berry.
Oh, you are God? You're very, very small. Run later. Why are you so small?
Why are you so big? No.
If you heal giant God, you should be big. Bigger, better. Oh no! Wonka has gone to hells. Me sorry. Me try to get as big as fat. Me have failed you, Goldenfields.
Well,
Make up for it. Tell us. Where's Boss Man?
so he thinks I'm his god? Is that what's going on?
Is he speaking in common or giant?
Giant.
Okay.
It's
Norm
I
would be
understand.
translating everything.
Okay. I don't. Yeah. Okay.
So Anders gonna asking, well, I demand that you tell us why you have fallen astray from the ordering. It was not my command. Who commanded you to abandon the ordering or to break the order?
Make a deception check, Ender.
Shit.
Alright, as he starts to look around, he comes to his senses somewhat, as much as he can. Oh, wait! No, you're not Grillinator! You ones that hurt me! Don't kill Wonka! No!
Flip some fire in my hand and say, "We'll hurt you unless you tell us where the Boss Man."
Make an intimidation check. He just whimpers. Boss man, no! No, boss man!
No, Boss Man. Always Boss Man.
Are you speaking in giant?
Oh no.
Oh, well, then you
Common.
won't be able to do any. He doesn't understand you then. You'd have to get someone to translate and then they'd have to. He does, generally giants don't speak common. It's not their language.
I just keep yelling at him. Gibberish as far as he's concerned.
Do you have a leader in the area? I will say that in giant.
Oh, me just do what God said. She told me get food, tell me do that. Me, her husband.
Right. And where is she at?
She, Grootag, she Grootag.
Grudhag.
Yes.
Are there many giants there, or just her?
Big giant. Big giant.
Alright, so one the big giant. Is there anything else we want to ask this thing?
And which way is the big giant?
Yeah.
Which way to Grudag?
Through the land! Through the land!
Pointing which direction?
Can you be a little more specific, please?
Just point, and we'll follow.
Me think that way? He points like up towards the sky. No, wait! No, not left! It's right! And then he points left. And then you go for a while, and then there's a rock, and you jump on the rock, and then you walk, and then you got to go around, and there's water, and then we can take you. Don't kill Wonka.
Okay. Well,
Do
it
we
sounds
want
like a
to,
plan.
Do we want to use this one as a guide to get to this Grudag?
Yes,
Were there
so why not?
tracks that we could follow instead? Because that might actually be better. Like,
Yeah. But I don't know. They're kind of like Willy.
I'll have a look while it's going on for tracks.
All right, all right. You take a look around, Roderick, and you can see evidence of these bugbears around, obviously.
Yep.
And you pretty much lose any sort of tracks that you're following. They're just, the ground here is quite dense.
Can I also look for
Sure.
any signs where they're going?
Make a survival check.
I'll guidance myself.
Okay.
Can we just make him bring us there?
Probably doesn't make a difference, but with the favored enemy giants, it's a 14. It's the advantage.
Okay. It almost makes a difference. All right, Fan, you get a 30. Yeah, you can pretty much tell like all of the creatures in this area. Multiple different types of giants, including ogres, hill giants, ettins, and there are bugbear tracks around the area, and they're numbering in the dozens of different creatures. Some have passed through in the coming weeks. What you do find is there are about a half a dozen sets of hill giant tracks that branch off in different directions from different hill giants.
Okay. In a bunch of different directions, you said.
Yep. Like they've sort of convened and maybe spread out multiple hill giants. And there's hobgoblin tracks. There's about 6 sets of hobgoblin tracks. And there are some goblin tracks. And it looks like groups of goblins, hobgoblins, and hill giants have branched out in different directions. And there are 6 different groups of them. And there's probably about 150 goblins, 48 ogres, 6 hill giants, and 50 or so bugbears. But they've split off into 6 different groups.
All right. I'll let everybody know. I don't know what to make of that, but maybe they're patrolling groups. What would they be patrolling for? Besides the
Food.
More than
just
likely.
scavenging for food?
Yeah, probably.
So they
Yeah, hill
imagine.
giants. From all the hill giants
Interesting.
we've seen, that
So-
seems to be all they've been interested in.
So when we ask him why he's attacking this area, does he say that it's for food?
Alright. What do you ask him exactly?
Why are you attacking this area?
Me not attacking! You attacking me! He yells.
Well, you don't live in this house. Why are you here? What were you looking for?
Huh? Me not live here. Me live Grunhag. Me looking for food. Duh. She got an asshole and made us husband and told us we have to get food for her so she can be giant king.
Why does she want so much food?
What? Are you stupid?
Why?
She wants to eat it all to get this big.
What is wrong with you? Food? I say food. You not speak proper giant? Food.
No.
Very, very mug. Food is mug. Food is good. The bigger hill giant, the better. More fatter is better. The fatterest will be king or queen. Chief Guy will be queen. She will get to top of all giant, because giant is broken at the moment.
Tell him we'll go with them to see the wife, so we can tell her where there's a lot of.
If you don't kill me, and me will take you.
Perfect. Let's go.
Okay. Me so hurting. Can we sleep?
No. You walk.
The other giants that came with you and went in different directions. Will they come back here eventually?
You have to ask the Gub Gub. Orange Gub Gub knows. He tell us what to do.
Right.
He tell Ob, he tell Gob, he tell Unga, he tell Wanka. He tell us where to go. He's smarter, very smartest.
Should we perhaps worry about the other giants that met here in their possibly the countryside?
I think we should cut the head off the snake. Not Ka.
Carl looks at you and just tries to like
Metaphorical snake.
Exactly.
Fine.
Carl uses intimidate on you again.
All right. Well.
Oh, me hurt, but you do magic on me to make me not hungry. So Wonka must be strong.
Very strong.
All right. Well, lead the way.
First,
Brewdog.
can me do one thing?
What?
You're not looking.
Oh, okay. I will not look. I can imagine what he's doing.
They call me Wonka for a reason.
Oh God.
Oh.
Oh, good God.
We should just kill him.
Battle gets him worked up.
He comes
Like
out.
everybody runs away.
Going to be a good day today.
Kind of sweaty and gross.
All right. Well, Wonka, lead the way.
Okay. First, we're going mountain. Come. It's a west. Up 11 miles. Compass. Lefty 7.
Next time we take out the bugbear to get information. This is so ridiculous.
I did Roll20 just like crash
Yeah.
for anyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Something
because-
happened.
Not
Yes.
me.
It crashed.
I'll be back in a second.
Oh wow. Yeah, everybody left. It's weird.
Just see me and Roger.
Yeah, I reopened it.
Yes, I'll reload it too. Just
Okay. Alright, you guys head with Wonka. And he starts leading you guys west, he says, which is east.
Jesus.
I want to call him Willie.
It's like if Patrick Star was a giant.
Willy Wonka.
Just waiting for things to load back in still. But he takes you guys for until nighttime, and he's just heading east still. And he just keeps on pointing to the Forlorn Hills. Mountain! We go this way? Me gonna get you! And at this stage, you guys are feeling like you need to make camp.
Okay.
And
Can I check and see, like, as we're walking, were there giant tracks coming from the direction that we're going?
yeah, you can make a survival check when Roll20 decides to start working
Yeah.
again.
No, it says server interrupted.
Yeah.
I'm coming back in. It's just taking a minute.
Yeah, I'm seeing everyone load back in. The interruptions never usually happen for very long. Did it roll for you yet? Did you see the roll?
Oh, I haven't even been able to pull up my character sheet yet. It's not
Yeah.
loading up.
Yeah, it's not
Everything's
loading
still
up.
loading as
I have
well.
I have a +6, so I guess I can just roll. Just like roll in the chat, see if that'll work.
Yeah. We'll wait like another minute or two, and if it's still out, then we'll take a 10-minute break now, and then like if it's not back in 2 minutes, then it should be back by then. Oh, there we go. Done. Okay. Everything should be loaded back in now, or it is for me at least. Okay, so where were we? All right. A 12, not really enough to find tracks given the terrain that you're in.
Okay.
You're taking a look around, you're not really getting any particulars. Alright, so it takes you guys east, and yeah, you're at the foothills of the Forlorn Hills. And you guys are feeling like you need to make camp now.
Okay. Guess we make camp.
Set up a rotating watch. And that way, giant can't do anything while we're asleep.
Alright, Wonka says to you all, oh, me so hungry! Me so hungry!
I gave him another good berry.
Oh, this is best magic! You have to give to Chief Gum. She gonna like you, maybe make you husband like me.
Oh,
No,
That's
thank
an
you.
excellent idea. I can't wait to see it happen.
Or then maybe she get to eat you?
No, I'll consider your offer.
Okay. Me don't know what that mean, but okay.
Who was it that got stuck under the skirt of the last female giant we ran into? Hill giant?
it was I think it was Thad.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys set up a camp here, and someone can make a survival check to find a suitable location with cover where you're not going to get ambushed in the night or anything like that.
What type of terrain is this?
It's hills.
Hills?
I'll guidance myself too.
Alright, then you look around, you find a suitable spot which provides suitable cover from any sort of surrounding areas. They're not going to see your fire and whatnot, and light the fire, so it's going to, the wind is going to take the smoke into a favorable direction, basically. So, you guys taking watches. So who's going to take the first watch?
Thanwell.
I'll take second watch.
I'll do second watch with you.
Yeah. Rend will do last.
Okay, with watches, it'll take you guys 8 hours to rest. All right, everyone who's taken a watch, roll me a 1d20.
I don't know if the giant snores, but Norin probably snores just as loudly.
Yeah, he snores. And he's just like out like a light. As soon as he has that good bear, he seems like quite happy, quite content. And I think you guys are like fully rested up. There's no need for any like hit die extra recovery, right? Like no one. You guys should be good to sleep in armor.
You've been on the road for days.
Let me. You guys all. Oh, you don't have full hit die?
Yeah, we do. We'd been on the road for
Oh
days.
yeah. You haven't like really had like any major encounters or any grueling encounters. Okay, so you guys are sitting around here, and then you're on watch. Everyone else is taking a snooze, including Wonka. Still hasn't really recovered from his injuries. Did API go down again? It did. Must have gone down when the server cut out. Alright, so everyone else is currently asleep. And then you're taking a watch, so make me a perception check.
All right.
Jeez, your natural one is an 11.
He's very perceptive.
Are you guys ambushed?
Yeah.
By 3 bugbears.
I knew I should have fired ball on this guy's running away.
You did have the advantage of height.
Bugbears, they don't really run from a fight. They were just biding their time. They ambush you guys, and they're coming in for a kill. They skulked up. Well, actually, I better make the double check, self check. Ooh, actually, you're very lucky, Than, because one of them steps on a stick, basically a twig, and it snaps. So you're not surprised, Than. Everyone else is surprised though, because you're all sleeping. And let me just roll everyone in. I won't worry about. I'll roll everyone in because you may need your reactions, and this will determine whether you get your reactions back. Alright, so you guys are just camping here, and the bugbears are skulked up, trying to murder people in their sleep. Thomas, on this surprise round, you guys will wake up. So, Thomas, you are awake. You start to stir. You are prone. And Lily, you wake up. Start to stir. You're prone. Alright, this bugbear is going to come in at Roderick, who is sleeping. He skulks up and he tries to hit you with his Morning Star, Roderick.
I think Roderick dropped out of the Discord. He's not here at the moment. He had to go.
Oh, okay. I didn't even see that. Well, in that case, cancel that. I don't want his character to die in his absence. Ender. Actually, he's going to attack Car. Bugbear's going to attack Car.
Okay.
The more dangerous one, anyway.
Alright, a roll for the attack.
Yeah.
It's an automatic crit, and the bugbear does extra damage when he attacks a surprise creature.
Jesus.
Alright,
Much time.
he sneaks up, and this is gonna hurt Car.
Ooh.
He hits Car for, what's that, 42 points of damage.
40, 42.
42 points
That
of
all-
damage.
Yeah, Ka is out. Almost kill instantly.
Alright, the bugbear, yep, that's what they do. They stealth and they try to surprise attack. They're as quiet as cats. comes up and tries to take out the biggest threat.
He picked right.
Alright, then you're up. You turn around, bugbears are attacking you guys in your sleep. If you step there, there's like a smoldering fire. You'll have to make like an acrobatics check to sort of move through the fire and not burn yourself.
Okay, I'm gonna cast yeah. I'm gonna put up spiritual guardians. Can I come over to here or no? That's in the fire?
Yeah, those 4 squares are your campfire. Make an acrobatics check. Alright, you just gotta skirt around the fire without burning yourself.
Okay, I cast spirit guardians.
Okay. Alright, you do spirit guardians and swirling doves. Swirling doves surround you. Excluding everyone, I presume.
Yep.
That is your
And
ally.
then bonus action, spare the dying on Ka.
Okay.
And that will end my turn.
Car is now stable. Norin, you wake up. Rend, you wake up. Burn. Alright, this bugbear, he's just going to move around the spirit guardians and attack Wonka.
We'll miss you, Wonka.
Alright, he bashes Wonka in the head. That wakes him up. Wonka now dying. Alright, this bugbear makes a wisdom save. And I'll take your first roll there. 11. Alright, he starts to get melted by the spirit guardians and he roars and he pushes through it and he swings at you, Than. And he misses. And
Okay, so can I act or am I still surprised?
oh yeah, you just wake up. You're surprised. Okay,
You wake up, your snake is dying.
Thomas, you get up. Just keep in mind that you don't like have anything in your hands or whatever. If you need a material component or not, you'll have to grab one object when you wake up.
Okay. I will grab Michael.
Alright, just sort of jump out of your sleeping bag, jump up, grab your spell focus. Bugbears are attacking everyone.
I hold up. I kind of point at the one that killed Willie, and
He's
go
not-
away.
He's not dead, but
I'll knock him out.
well, you don't know if he's dead. He's looking pretty dead. Alright, use banishment on the bugbear, and
It's gone.
he disappears. And he's incapacitated while he's gone. He's in a harmless demi-plane. Lily.
Okay, so couple things. I'm gonna do my turn real quick, and then my little one's sick, and her fever climbed kind of high, and they're asking us to bring her by, so we're gonna take her to the hospital right after this. I'm gonna just do my turn here real quick, then I gotta bug out.
No problem.
I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna blade sing as a bonus action, and then I will just throw a Toll the Dead on the guy right in front of me.
Just use all your spell slots, Lily. You're going anyway.
Yeah, why not?
Nuke
All right.
him.
Level 4, so that, oops, I did 3.
Alright.
If you don't mind taking an attack of
you go.
opportunity, you can get both of them.
Did you wanna move like let's just say you move over
Yeah,
here.
sure, why not?
Alright, you move over here, you get up, you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, and you just cut a lightning bolt through both bugbears. One of them is
passes.
instantly killed, and the other one is severely injured.
I'm sorry, I gotta run out like this. I
Yeah,
apologize.
no problem at all.
Blow
Okay.
his old.
Me too.
Hope she gets better soon.
All right. Good luck, everybody, with that last bug.
Right.
Okay, Mark.
Okay. Alright, this bugbear roars, and he actually just attacks Lily. Just say. Misses.
Spirit
And-
Guardians?
Yep, Spirit Guardians. Juthan.
I just backed out of the game. Sorry, hold on. I gotta reload, so it might take me a little while.
I'll roll it for now. 3D.
Okay, yep.
Alright, actually, he just melts away anyway. They were never going to give you
Okay,
guys
it's
too
over
much
here.
trouble
This other one's gonna reappear.
once you're awake. That other bugbear, you guys can just take him
We
out.
just coup de grace it.
Yeah. You don't have
I
to.
don't think it's gonna be
Just
an issue.
circling.
Yeah. You
Okay,
guys can circle
I
him.
start. I give a good berry to Ka, and give another one to the giant.
Okay. Car just goes underneath where the bugbear is going to appear and opens her mouth.
Norman just goes back to sleep.
Alright.
He didn't even ever get up.
Wonka sort of wakes up confused. Cold! Oh! Me think me have bleeding! Me dying!
Willie, it's just a bad dream. It's just a bad dream. Go back to sleep. Shh.
He doesn't know what you're saying. And he just tries to like grab you, Thomas.
Stop.
Make an athletics
Wonka,
or an
stop
acrobatics
yelling.
check. Alright, he panics and tries to swipe at you, and you jump back out of the way. And Norin,
Just keep saying shh.
Yeah, I'll get up and get in his face.
make a
Hey,
persuasion
stop
check
yelling.
or an intimidation check.
I think they're gonna be the same. But we'll say intimidation. Norman,
I'm dying! Help! He just starts screaming.
well, we're about to find something else.
And he tries to grab you instead, Norin. Make an athletics or an acrobatics check.
Jesus.
Right, he just grabs onto you. His whole hand is like, just fits around you like a dagger handle.
Okay, I cast healing spirit on top of the giant. Here, relax.
You do healing spirit, and this little bird appears above him, and he's like a baby with a mobile. Urgh, just starts looking at it as it starts circling around him, and he just instantly gets distracted by it.
Oh,
oh, so pretty. Made me feel better. And it just sheaths him and rains down the healing energy all over him. And he gets calmed down. And then he just starts sucking his thumb and he gets healed up a bit. Oh! 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 And then he rolls over and his loincloth exposes his massive butt. And Thomas and Norin make dexterity saves.
Oh,
That was going to be a con save for his butt.
Stinking cloud.
oh, you got hit by
Alright,
Thomas.
Thomas, you jump out of the way, Norin.
shit.
You just he just lets one rip all over you, and make a Constitution save.
Oh, jeez.
Now
Alright,
roll
yeah.
good.
You just
What the hell?
you take it like a champ, Norin, and you're okay there. It's a horrible odor, but it doesn't leave you like stunned or anything like that.
I'm going back to sleep.
Alright, you guys take a nap and continue through your watches. Nothing attacks you guys during the night. And the next morning, Guys, pack up your camp, gather your things, and actually, we'll just go back to the camp. So you guys are getting ready in the morning, and Wonka is sleeping in, and Lily and Roderick, they've gone off to just do some scouting of the area. And as you guys are awakening, maybe you anyone want to share any story from their backstory or anything as you guys have made camp here by any chance?
I mean, I would, but really the only stories Norin knows are the ones that he's heard from other adventurers and travelers. It's kind of why he set out.
Kai will take the lead.
Tell everybody about technological wonders.
Kai is like, my name is Ka. This is my companion Ander. No. But Ander will tell you that he's from the area. He's from Goldenfield. He lives on the outside, even though he's from the town. He lives on the outskirts of the town in a farm, and he likes to, hunt and go on range expeditions outside into the forest and whatnot until the giants start attacking the town. One tried to destroy his farm, but that particular giant was very afraid of snakes, and God scared him off and fell on top of a rock and died. So the town folks thought that he killed the giant himself and sent him on a mission to get rid of all the giants in the land. So
Wonka just looks terrified. Oh, you killed giant! Oh,
but yes.
no,
But you're only looking at them. Only looking at them.
Oh,
That's
don't
all I
look
have
at
to
me!
do.
Don't look! Starts screaming.
Stop scaring him so much, Ender. He's making too much noise.
Okay,
He's
everyone, let's go. Today we go to Foghorn Hill. We're going to go some ups and some downs. A little bit of lefts, okay? You'll be good, strong. We get food, everyone. Let's go. Wonka starts leading the way.
Oh my god, this guy's is gonna make us rob a town and give him food. What's it?
Next time we capture the bugbear. This is ridiculous.
Okay, and you guys head off following Wonka, and he takes you guys into the Forlorn Hills. Now, the hills themselves, as Than reiterated, is home to a copper dragon, which generally they're good aligned dragons. And you guys start traveling through the hills. There are a few trails here and there. And Wonka is just scratching his head constantly. This way. Up. Left. And every time he says left, he like points up or right. Was it down? He sort of picks his nose when he's thinking. Was it down this way? I followed
I
the
think
rock.
he's taking us away from Goldenfields.
And he takes you guys all morning through the Forlorn Hills, and morning turns to afternoon. You guys don't have any encounters during this time. You get further into the Forlorn Hills. You can see some remnants of dwarves living here, because there are some caved-in mine shafts here and there, and the occasional crumbled dwarven statuary. They're nothing more than just haphazard piles of rocks. Starts to get later in the afternoon, and Wonka is just looking around again. Okay, somewhere up here. Did you see any water? There was water.
just from my tears.
Come! 77 more milometers! Up here.
Was the water a river?
It was water. Like, it's a runny, it's a cold, you can drink it. Water.
So wait, he's taking us away from the river, though, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to.
There's no water
ascertain.
here. It's a locked country.
There is no water here.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't make sense. Cause there's water at Groot Hag, and me taking you to Groot Hag. So it makes sense, right? Going to be water.
Only if you know the way back, but I don't think you do.
I need to
Well,
go to the water.
That's why Hobgoblin tell us. Because we got lost it a lot. And Hobgoblin come and tell us go right way. Wonka was lost before.
All right.
1 month. 1 month we lost. Come this way.
No, we are not following this buffoon any longer. I say we turn back and go back to the river and then follow it up to Goldenfields.
Yep.
Yeah, that would take us up to Goldenfields after that, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we know we were told they were going towards Goldenfield. We're going the wrong way.
Alright.
Yes. Let's head back
Wonka
to
just
the-
looks confused and. What'd you. Well, I say. Me did find it after 1 month, so me do know the way.
We'll
don't
meet you there,
have,
Wonka.
Really? Are you going to take a different shortcut?
Yeah, to the
We're gonna
water.
let- Yeah, yeah.
Okay. You make sure you bring lots of food for Chief Ka. And you guys just let him wander off into the Forlorn Hills.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll be lost for like 2 or 3 months this time.
As you're trekking back down the hills, a little bit disappointed, night has fallen. Quite dark, and you're still not out of the foothills. You're gonna have to camp in the hills.
I think we have been trying to get to Goldenfield since the first session.
Yep.
It's just so funny. Like, as soon as we get close, it's like, no, let's just go the other direction.
I hope when we get there, it's just gone.
Alright, as you guys are just sort of, there's like a bit of a clearing. There are a few sort of shelves of stone that sort of constitute steps carved out from the previous civilization of the dwarves. It's very, very dark, and yeah, it's just got dark now, and you start to need some light sources. So I'll just go over to like a hilly terrain, and you guys can light your light sources. Thomas,
Norn would have a torch.
doing a light.
I will.
Yeah, I've got a torch.
I will cast Dark Vision on myself.
Okay.
I'll open my eyes and see in dark vision.
Okay. Dan opens his eyes, and you're just making your way down. You're like, by tomorrow morning, you'll be out of the Forlorn Hills. Now, as you're traveling here, you hear some conversation up ahead. In Giant. Sounds like there are a couple of giants talking amongst themselves. Moving up towards you guys.
Sheath my light dagger.
And they're arguing. No! You do it that way! But me do it this way! Huh? What you saying? Yes! Otherwise you go like Oinka Boinka. Like Oinka Boinka? Ha! I don't think so. Me not going to be some pig man. Me going to be stronger than you, and when me get stronger, me going to go my own way. Me going to leave you and get on myself somewhere better. And as that arguing is carrying on. It's getting closer to you guys. Just around the
I would
corner
actually-
of the next shelf of rock.
I'm gonna try to hide.
I forgot that I have a hooded lantern. I would have lit, but I'll like close the hood on it so there's no light at the moment.
Okay.
Put my dagger under my jacket.
Alright, you put the hood down, Norin. And to make
how
a
can I-
stealth check. It's like pitch black, so if you want to like light a torch or something, Rend,
Yeah.
you can. Just tell me that you want to light a torch and I'll light it.
Yeah, I want to light one of my torches.
Okay.
Kai is also going to try to hide.
Alright, Andy, you jump behind a rock, but your sort of car pushes you out of the way and like takes the optimal hiding spot. Thomas, you try to hide as well, but sort of trip up on some rocks. And at this stage, the creatures come around the corner. It's not one creature. It's not two creatures, it's one. It's an Etten.
Oh, they're over here.
And when me gonna get stronger, me go on my own. The two heads are arguing each other. And then the Etten just sort of stops as he rounds the corner. Ha! They look at each other. Oh, it's our lucky day. We found some treasures. We found some foods. We're gonna get stronger when we eat them. And the Etten starts pulling out these weapons. They look like crude weapons made of wood. One vaguely resembles an axe. Looks like a large tree stump with a couple of sharpened shields driven into the side of it. Constitute a battle axe. And then just a large spiked club. And they start pointing out everyone who's hiding. Me see you there, little tasty halfling! Me see you there, snaky wakey! And the Etten rushes you guys and attacks.
Alrighty. Oh, jump.
And Rend, you're up first.
All right. Then I'm gonna rage. Let's do this, boys. And then attack. A reckless attack.
Okay. That is a direct hit, and the axe loves this giant. It's a strength saving throw. I always think it's con for some reason. Alright, you just run up and you hack into the giant, and both of them say at the same time. One of them says, "My leg!" The other one says, "Your leg!" As you just hack one of their legs clean off.
Alright, then I'm gonna take the second attack.
That is another hit.
Oh,
And yeah, they're like dressed like the hill giant, literally just a loincloth around their waist, no armor whatsoever. And the axe just slams down into the Etten, chomping into its side furiously.
Jesus Christ.
and that's it.
One of the Etten's head starts yelling out, "Take him! Kill him fast!" Alright, Okago's on your turn there, and Thomas.
All right. We're here to get a shot, and I'll use Tides of Chaos to get a straight roll. He's prone.
Yes, he is prone.
Right, so I'll shoot a lightning ball at him. And let's make it a big one.
Alright, that is a direct hit. It just strikes him in the side, and he is almost completely incinerated. Right.
And I'll move back here.
And
Okay. I politely ask God to buy him, if she wishes to.
Yeah.
all right, Car just bites the Etten straight in the middle of both necks, and their faces both turn blue. Their eyes bulge, and they just start foaming at the mouth and jigging violently until they stop moving dead. Car starts to try and eat them.
Oh, shit.
She's gonna be there a while.
She's hungry.
Got a big body going through her system.
How big is Ka?
Ka is a medium creature.
Yeah, Car's...
Medium.
Car... What would Car be? Not quite an anaconda, but a
Large.
large python.
A very big snake.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not...
Poisonous.
She pretends to eat the Etten, but when you guys look away, she just spits him back out. Tries to hide the
It's
body.
it's like a large rattlesnake.
Takes one of the legs.
Yeah. Alright, the Etten's dead.
Searching.
Cool.
Alright, you guys search the Etten, and the Etten also carries a bag with some mixed goodies. Inside is a wagon's wheel, and... Whoops. Wheel, not well. Wagon wheel. Just a single wagon wheel, and a small bag of salt.
Oh, well.
But there is also something else. As you rustle around there is just some like husks of bark. One particular husk of bark stands out among others. It's actually not bark, it's a rolled up leaf, sort of like a tube. And inside there is a spell scroll of animal friendship.
Ooh.
Looks like the Etten probably took it off some unsuspecting victim. And the Etten also has a few coins. He has, it's a meager amount, 12 GP. Rustling around in there in the bag. Who's our party loot? Usually Roderick. Does someone just want to... Carl will take the 12 GP. Unless someone opposes her. Does someone just want to someone just want to take that? The scroll and the gold? Anyone?
I'll take the scroll. I think I can cast that, right?
I think so, yeah.
Our druid range.
Anyone want
Ranger.
12 gold? I'll take a look.
Dan will take it.
Alright, Dan. You take the 12 gold. And animal friendship is... Yeah, Druid Ranger. Oh, that's what you just said, wasn't it, Thomas?
Yeah.
Alright. As you guys kill this Etten, you think this is probably a good a place as any to camp, or around the area at least, and someone can make another survival check to find a good location where more denizens of the hills won't find you.
I'll guidance myself and do it again.
Alright, then you find a good location. As you're doing it, you're looking for tracks of creatures to see if there's much traffic. There, right where you're standing, there's a lot of traffic, but you find a good sort of cleverly disguised shelf of rock just off a couple hundred feet away where it doesn't look like there's much foot traffic. You do find there are many tracks of orcs, ettins, hill giants, and other goblinoid creatures, as well as a copper dragon scale. A very large dragon.
Can we take that scale with us? I'm past.
We really should have talked to those rats.
Alright, you guys find a good place to camp up there. And everyone take a long rest. You guys yeah, you don't want a campfire here, so it's quite dark when you guys sleep. You just sort of go, doesn't really matter where you are on this map. I'll put you guys over here, away from where you were pretty much. Alright, as you guys are sleeping, everyone just roll a 1d20. I imagine you guys are taking watches. Alright,
I'll stay on third watch until people need, otherwise.
Okay. You guys do a rotating watch, the 8-hour rest. And as you're on your watch, Norin, you take a look over at Thomas as you're just glancing the area. And there is a shadowy creature hovering over Thomas. It seems to be camouflaged. What do you do? It's like a large shadowy creature hovering over him, and you can't really see very well because it's dark. So you're just sort of, you hear something, you see a vague outline through the moonlight of a large creature. Alright.
You know,
Are you there? Hello?
poor Thomas gets eaten.
He's typing.
He's having
Discord
ghost
messed
sex.
up. Alright, yeah, his Discord messed up, so you die, Thomas. Sorry. Tyler?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
So, yeah, you're obviously don't have a light out because you don't want to attract attention to yourself. But, yeah, you can barely see. Look over in the direction of Thomas.
I'll take my trident out, and I'm gonna assume that whatever's looming over Thomas can see well enough not to step closer, and I'll say it loud enough to where people might wake up.
Alright. You guys wake up, and the creature very, very quickly moves out of the way. Gone, sort of. It seems to jump and climb up the nearby shelf of rock. By the time everyone's sort of woken up, and maybe you pull out a torch or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna light my lantern. So it.
Alright, you light a lantern, and you can make a perception check, Norin.
Yes.
Alright, you take a look up to the direction in which the shadowy creature went. And you see something stalking you all about 20 feet up on this ledge of rock. And when Thomas wakes up, Thomas, you've got like this like clown paint on your face. You've got like a red nose, white paint on your face, and your boots are like big floppy clown boots.
Awesome.
And you're like, your regular clothes are like gone, and you're now wearing like a full clown costume.
No.
And
I like it, Thomas. I like it.
You hear like a chuckle as you look towards the large creature there, Norin.
Do a little dance and spin around.
The chuckle
My best little clown performance.
becomes a little bit uncontrollable. Make a performance check, Thomas. And you just sort of trip over and sort of fall into a nearby bush as you're doing that. It's not the best performance. And what you see, Norin, when you look up is a reptilian creature with horns sweeping back over its head, backswept cheek ridges and jaw frills, very pensive looking head staring down at you with these ruddy brown tinge to its scales. It's a copper dragon, but it looks pretty young, pretty small.
It's a little one.
And it's holding its hand over its mouth and chuckling at Thomas.
Good joke.
All right, good joke. Come on down. We know you're there.
Oh, you really thought that was a good joke? Dragon says
look at
back
them.
in common.
I thought it was very good. Are we all awake now?
Oh, yeah, you guys are all awake.
Okay.
Oh, I'm very pleased that you found my joke funny. I didn't mean to alarm you all, but I thought it would be hilarious if you woke up and he was dressed as a clown. And the dragon
He already
just sort of
wears weird
Waddling
clothes.
around like a clown.
Yes, that's why I picked him. His clothes are unique and strange. And the copper dragon sort of crosses his arms and sort of leans over the shelf of rock curiously to look at you all, but doesn't approach any closer.
Well, what's your name?
I can't tell you that. That wouldn't be any fun. Now would it?
Well, then I'm gonna call you Cooper.
Cooper! I get it. It's like Cooper and Dragon. Yes,
Exactly.
Call me Cooper. Call me Cooper.
Copper Hooper. Copper Cooper Hooper.
He was dressed kind of funny. The rest of you all look so boring and mean.
Oh, they're not mean.
I wouldn't say mean.
Except for the snake. Snake's kind of mean.
A little bit.
They're serious, but not mean.
Oh. Oh. Hello, little one. And Car hisses back in Draconic.
What?
Hello.
Oh, gee.
Shit.
I bet you didn't know your snake could do that.
I did not.
Maybe that's why he ate the rats.
Don't admit that.
Oh yes, snakes eat rats. Don't worry, your snake can't usually speak Draconic like that. It's Mama's magic that allows that to happen.
Mama's magic.
Yes.
Is
Ah.
your mother near?
Oh, she's near and far. She's to and fro. What are you all doing here? This is a dangerous place. For small folk.
We were led astray by a very stupid giant. Which I guess that makes us a little stupid for following
You're
him.
following a giant? What sort of giant?
A hill giant.
Oh,
The
you
stupid
are
kind.
stupid!
We were looking for their base of operations. Grudhag, I believe it is called.
There's no giant base of operations here. The ones on this mountain, they just live in caves. Solitary beasts. Whenever they get together, they get violent and bash each other's head in. Sometimes
Not
I
anymore.
make bets with my siblings about which one will last the longest.
But not anymore. Have you heard about the ordering?
What?
The ordering.
Oh, yes. The ordering. Yes. That's what keeps those stupid giants in check. Because, they're so dumb they don't know their places.
It's broken.
Oh! That's funny. Imagine the mayhem that would ensue with that.
Well, mayhem is not necessarily funny. And I imagine that your mother probably does not find it funny either.
You don't know my mother.
Well,
Fair enough.
I know that dragons and giants do not necessarily get along.
Oh yes, we hate giants. I usually kill them for fun. Only evil ones, though. Which is all of them. Well, most of them.
All the ones we've encountered have been gathering food for some new leader.
Oh. Yes, they are quite gluttonous creatures, those hill giants. Oh, so you went to try and find them, I see now. Well, it was worth my time visiting you. You've told me funny stories. Are you not scared about camping here? There's many threats.
Well, the biggest threat I've seen is I might lose my.
I'm sorry, I'll give that back. And the dragon throws down a bag with your clothes in it.
My thanks.
You can
Thanks
keep the
for the
clown outfit. It suits you.
Thank you. I'll wear it from time to time.
Oh, I would like to see that. Now, you can all appease me. Give me your treasures. I'm a dragon after all. And he sort of perches up and spreads his wings, tries to look very majestic as he lands down next to you all and makes himself look as nice as
I'm
possible.
tempted to give him the trident.
I empty my pouch of 12 gold.
Oh, what's that?
That's your treasure.
Coins?
12 gold pieces.
Gold?
I give him a broken Game Boy.
No. What are these things? I don't want any of these.
I take the 12 gold.
Coins are nice, but don't you have any sort of like gems or something? Anything that comes from below ground. Coins are good, but they've been changed and altered. I like natural things, earthly things.
Perhaps some. Never mind. Perhaps an emerald.
Yes, an emerald, that would be nice. Is it uncut?
I don't know.
What's
Or-
its clarity?
Well, you take your gems and you polish them and cut them and make them all shiny, and, well, they're no longer beautiful. Well, if you don't have anything to offer me, you're not worthy of my presence. You don't even have any good jokes.
If you want something uncut, I've got something for you.
Well,
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Thomas, don't.
What are you offering in return?
That was funny.
Offering? I'm a
Well, you want
dragon,
treasure.
and you're a small folk. You're a humanoid. You're supposed to give me treasure, because I'm a dragon, and you're not.
Sorry, we did not have anything for you.
But don't you think it's more fair to have a trade?
No.
Perhaps.
A trade?
Sure.
I bet
You're
your mom
Just because you're a dragon doesn't mean you expecting things from
what?
from
I'm
the
a
smaller
dragon.
races.
I'm superior to you, of course. Because I'm a dragon and you're not.
That's fair, but
Well, how big is your horde?
sometimes you'll get more from a trade rather than demanding
my
treasures.
horde is like, it's getting there. It's off. You're stepping on it. This entire mountain part is my horde, and I've concealed it under powerful magic. Impenetrable magic.
Ah, I see.
Very impressive.
Is he
Mighty indeed, Cooper.
is he lying?
Make an insight check.
I mean, Nor doesn't believe him. He's like a little kid.
Stan, you don't believe that the dragon's lying. Could be exaggerating, though. Well, I will give you one thing. You small folk, you've certainly come a long way. I heard that you just recently beat a whole lot of evil dragons. Very impressive, very impressive. I'll give you that. And you've definitely taken the world to your own these days. Mama tells me of a time long ago where dragons used to rule this world. Tell me, what was it like when you beat the evil dragons? Well, I heard there were blue dragons and red dragons.
Magnificent.
Oh, magnificent.
Do I know any lore about that?
Yeah, you've heard like a few times now that like recently some dragons, like these dragon cultists, attempted to like summon Tiamat into the material plane and basically have dragons take over the world, but a group of adventurers managed to prevent that from happening.
And those adventurers were like a
Legendary,
mixed match.
legendary tales.
Were they humans, dwarves, elves?
Yeah, there was like a typical configuration of adventurers.
Okay. And then that was like ages ago or centuries?
Oh no, it was a few years ago.
Oh, a few years ago. Okay. So it's fresh.
Yeah. But make a history check then.
Okay. Nope.
Yeah, you just know the basic sort of tale. And the Copper Dragon just seems to think that, like, because you guys are humanoids and they were humanoids, that, like, you're all the same pretty much. Not, like, doing it intentionally, but that's just how dragons are. So he thinks that, like, you guys will know each other or something.
Well, at least Cooper, at least we know you're a good dragon, so we've got no reason to fight you.
Fight? Oh, no, we wouldn't fight. I'm not like that. I just wish that you were funnier or more entertaining, at least.
Well, we're tired. It's been a long day.
Very well.
I've got one for you. What do you call a person in a sarcophagus?
What's that?
Sarcophagi.
Make a
Ren starts laughing.
make a performance check, Thomas. It should be a disadvantage for the dad joke, but that's not funny. No, just no. Well, if you're not going to appease me, I'll go and just find another group of adventurers who want to shower me with treasures and watch
Well,
where
we
you're
gave you
stepping.
Gold is from the ground, so
It's
I've
from
got
the
a joke for
ground,
you.
But I don't want it. It's being changed and moved and shinied, and it's unnatural.
but you
What
can
about copper?
breathe on
It
it.
was like
not
copper.
breathe.
I got a joke for you, Mr. Dragon. Why couldn't the dragon eat his birthday cake?
Why?
Because he destroyed it while he tried to blow out the candles.
Make a performance check, then.
Yeah, so mine is something there. Cool. All right, I'm done.
I'm gonna play my lute for him.
My breath is acid. You don't want to see that. Alright, Rend. Because you guys have failed to impress him so much, any further checks will be at disadvantage, but Rend, you can give it a go.
Oh,
Ren, you're like the Pied Piper. He just starts like dancing around to your flute. You're playing like, I don't know, hot cross buns, and he's loving it. And the Copper Dragon sort of noses up to you and gets a little bit lost in the song, and when the song finishes, he's just sort of staring at you with these little coppery colored greenish eyes. Greenish tinged eyes, staring at you and smiling. That was beautiful. So beautiful.
Thank you, Cooper. Thank you.
Oh, sorry, I got lost there in your song. Oh, that song that you've played for me, that is more than I could ask for. I like you. Well, I guess because I'm your friend in that. Where are you going?
We're headed to Goldenfield, I believe.
Well, I'll escort you. Make sure you don't have any trouble. How does that sound?
Very
Sounds
generous.
fantastic.
Alright, goody. I'll fly overhead, and if any giants or orcs try to get you guys, I'll just melt them with my breath.
Ooh, I'd love to see that.
Good work.
Well, thank you very much, Cooper.
Oh, you guys get a good sleep now. I'll watch over you all. And
Thanks.
whether or not you guys still do a watch, Dragon does watch over you guys. And the next morning you wake up and you've decided to head to Goldenfields for the first time ever. Alright, the dragon accompanies you guys on a 2-day trek to Goldenfields. Anytime you have an encounter with maybe some orcs that have come down from the hills, the dragon just bursts out in front of them and just melts them down.
Wow.
The dragon's breath weapon just obliterates any orcs, and the few that survive, they run off back into the hills, their tails between their legs. And at the end
Did
of
we ever get the dragon's name?
he just tells you a riddle to try and guess it, and you have to make an intelligence check to try and get the riddle.
Just a straight intelligence check.
Yep,
Can I guidance myself?
sure. Alright, the dragon gives you very, very vague details of how to guess the riddle, and you guys are getting stumped, so you're just firing off a heap of names the entire journey. And no, it's not Rumpelstiltskin. and you almost get it, and the dragon says like it's very similar to the name that you guess, but it's still not it, and none of you are able to guess. Dragon just finds it funny that you guys try to guess its name.
Cooper is good enough.
But you guys can call him Cooper.
Cooper, what's your mother's name?
He tells you another riddle.
Surely she must be famous.
She's not famous, and don't call her Shirley.
He seems reluctant on telling you guys any names, but he does keep his promise to escort you guys to Goldenfields. And at the end of the journey, as you guys start to near the town, he thanks you all, and he flies back to the Forlorn Hills. And finally,
Bye.
you guys arrive at Goldenfields.
Yeah.
Anders gonna take a quick moment and reflect that his theory came true. That we arrive at Goldenfield by going north.
That is true.
So we went to the north and then somehow ended up in the south.
Is it just a smoking crater?
It's you'll see. We'll take a 10-minute break, and when we get back, we'll be at Goldenfields. I'll see you guys soon.
All right.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Yo.
So is one of the group from Goldenfields?
I think Ander is from like North Furrow, which is basically like the road and a heap of halfling settlements that lead from Goldenfields to Waterdeep.
Okay.
Norn is from close by. He's
I don't
from
know.
the Ardeep Forest, but
I know. I think you were saying he's from Goldenfields, but I always thought he was from the North Furrow. But maybe he's from Goldenfields.
And as we were traveling, what's the actual reason that the group is wanting to go here?
Like the smallest reason is like just to tell someone that someone's dead or something.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's important. Gotta tell son that
Knowledge. Knowledge is power.
So yeah,
Yeah, my
Thomas's mentor Trell was killed when giants bombarded the village of Nightstone. He recalls that the elderly man had a son named Miros who lives in Goldenfield, and Thomas thinks that he should let Miros know what's happened. It is the sort of thing you should do in person as well, not a sending. Like, yo, your son's dead. Too bad.
Get it in 25 words.
You don't know me, and I don't know you, but your son's dead.
right.
Right. So,
We'll find that Myros is dead, and we have to tell his brother who's in Port Nyanza or something.
Alright, Goldenfields at last. It's a huge walled temple farm dedicated to Chauntea, the goddess of agriculture. This is Ander telling you guys this, I guess. Is Ander here? Yes, I'm here.
Still me. Still me. I'm assuming he's AFK.
As long as Kaz here, we're alright.
Sorry, I'm back.
Welcome back. It's just explaining to everyone what Goldenfields is. I just gotta fix something up quickly, actually. Okay. Just fixing up something on the stream because it wasn't showing everyone's names. Alright, so also I accidentally deleted one of my Hill Giant character sheets. I'm really upset about that. Gotta make it again. Alright, anyway. So I'll just start again. So you guys finally arrive at Goldenfields. It's a huge walled temple farm dedicated to the god Chauntea, the goddess of agriculture. It is known as the Granary of the North. It's the only reason many northerners ever taste soft flesh fruit larger than bush berries. Waterdeep and its neighbours consume the temple's reliable output, carefully husbanded grains and dried oil-packed salted foodstuffs. There are massive storage cellars, large vats, and huge, squat stone grain towers that hold all of this produce. And I was just saying, this is you sort of relaying this information, and you know that Goldenfields is run by a guy named Abbot Eladin Darovic. And it's also a stronghold of the Emerald Enclave.
Nice.
Oh yeah, we were saying before, are you actually from Goldenfields, Ander, or are you from North Furrow? I thought you were from North Furrow.
Is that far away from here? Or is this
North
like
Furrow
close?
is the road that goes from Waterdeep to Goldenfields, and along North Furrow where all the halfling settlements are.
Okay, I guess I will be from the Halfling settlements, but
Yeah, you've probably gone to Goldenfields many times, though.
yeah.
Okay. So, as you guys head up, you come to the outer walls of Goldenfields. And there's a gatehouse. A large stone gatehouse set into the middle of the south wall. And there's just a dirt road heading on in, and you see wagons traveling both ways between Waterdeep and Goldenfields. Full wagons leaving Goldenfields with heavily armed royal guards and sort of less guarded wagons heading to Goldenfields. Pick up some goods. So you guys are traveling on foot, and you can make your way up to the front gate if that's how you want to enter, but I don't know, maybe you guys want to, enter from a different location.
Yeah, we'll climb over this wall.
Climb over the wall.
Try to sneak in, grab a steal a fruit and sneak out. At the plan.
Go south until we get to the north gate.
Yeah, do you guys want to take a detour now to get around into the village?
Let's just go west until we hit the east gate.
Alright, as you guys are moving up on the road, a red herring jumps out. No, I'm joking. Alright.
As we walk towards the main gate, we get within 1 feet of entering Goldenfield. We turn away.
Okay, you had to do something in Waterdeep. Okay, so the gatehouse is actually very magnificent. Large stone gatehouse carved with images of full-bodied women, which is the representations of Chontea, and they are cradling cornucopias, big piles of fruit, a nice bundle. The gatehouse seems like a fortress in its own right. And above it, there are these tall, thick wooden doors and arrow slits that seem to peer down. And there are hundreds of guards visible as you guys get close. You can actually see watch posts, which are almost like little villages in themselves. You can see multiple buildings sort of jutting up, and they're pretty much posted at regular intervals around the perimeter of Goldenfields, and you can see that this is one well-fortified village. The walls are 60 feet high, and then there is a good couple of 100-foot gap in between the different watch posts, and they seem to be covering every angle from the exterior. You can see these parapets at the top of the gatehouses. Each one has a 30-foot tall stone pagoda topped by a weather vane. And you can see these massive wooden statues of Chontea standing in the middle of each pagoda. Even from this distance, and the map is to scale, even from almost a mile away, you can still see this massive statue. And you can work out that she's holding this large bronze gong surrounded by cornucopias. And there's a couple of guards standing at the front of the gatehouse, as well as other acolytes, scouts, priestesses and priests of Chontea. There seems to even be some mages amongst some spellcasters, in these identifiable wizard robes getting about at the gatehouse. The first impression that you get, this is one well-fortified village. So it's the most well-fortified that you've seen, actually. It rivals Waterdeep in its defenses.
Damn. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
That's
a 60
impressive.
foot tall wall.
Yeah, 60-foot high wall. It is
That's
massive.
huge.
Yeah, it is serious business. This is where all the food comes from, pretty much. So all the good food.
So they're protecting the food.
Yes.
I bet our caravans have already come and gone by the time.
Do we have horses currently?
No,
No. Interesting.
I don't think so.
We should have come
You guys
riding.
are gonna have to keep track because I've got no idea.
We should have just came riding in on a dragon, really, this
Well,
time.
we have a set in Silvery Moon. I think we have a set in Everlund.
That's right. You guys didn't get any in Waterdeep. You were gonna go with the caravan and then got sort of sidetracked.
Well,
a
we
little
got
bit.
access to teleportation circles, so things changed for us.
Yeah. But then, like, on the way to Goldenfields, you guys decide to go with the caravan instead of having to, like, buy more horses, because for some reason you didn't want to invest in more horses.
Didn't the giant pick us up on the way to Goldenfield and take us?
So there's no teleportation circle to Goldenfield, even though it's like a hub for the food.
The teleportation circles are secret Harper teleportation circles.
Okay.
It's just what the Harper agents use to get around. It's not like a main mode of transport.
I think we were on our way to Goldenfield when the cloud giant swooped us up in the castle and took us up.
Yeah.
You guys are traveling.
Well, we're here now. We're here now, so let's seek this man out that you so desperately need to speak to, Thomas.
Before we even get to the gate, I start calling out, Myros, looking for Myros.
You just see some wagons just trailing by this dirt road. Some groups of halflings are getting about, and you do attract the attention of quite a few guards as you're calling out. And there are 2 guards standing out the front of the gate, and as you look beyond that, you can see maybe like 4 acolytes of Chontea, and there is a priestess of Chontea. There is this sort of very naturey looking mage, and about 30 guards, heavily armed guards, standing around inside the gatehouse. And the 2 guards standing out the front. Hold. Welcome to Goldenfields, friends.
Thank you.
Hi, thanks.
Are you traveling light? No wagons? No goods?
No, I just have urgent news for Miros, son of...
Alright, well, if you have no trade fare, you can come on in. But you're not carrying any fresh foods, are you? Or fruits? We have to watch out for fruit flies.
I think we got an old cheese wheel.
Old cheese wells are fine. Wait, let me check. And he pulls out he's got like a list. Yep, seems fine. It's on there. There's acceptable contraband. Now, I'll just have you know, you're not to stay the night. If you want to, if you really want to, there's only one tavern in town. You should seek out North Furrow End. If not North Furrow itself, there are plenty of small hamlets and wayside inns that you can stay at. This is a working man's town.
As it should be.
You don't look like you're here to work either. All right.
We're here to relay information. That's all.
On you go. And they direct you in. The gatehouse is open.
Do you know where I might find Miros?
Miros? Yes. Why, what a coincidence. He's the proprietor at North Furrow's End. That's where you'll find him.
Perfect.
Careful. And then they start joking with each other. It's almost a full moon. Good one.
Which way is the inn?
It's right here.
You follow the dirt road up into the town center. Then towards the cornfields in the north. You'll see it there. And he points you up like in this direction. As you guys move through the first gatehouse, you sort of come to just this first intersection here. And you see a man with an Alaskan accent, a human male, and he seems to be barking at a group of 10 soldiers that look very bored as they're listening to him yelling at them. All right, then. No. Where did you learn to hold your spear like that? Huh? If you fucking hold your spear like that up at 10 ounce, I'll rip a dagger through your belly before you can even raise it to their neck. Excuse me, huh? Alright, I want you to all practice that drill again. Hold up. And then he sort of stops. Hey! And he notices you all. We've got some fresh blood in town, do we? You be adventurers, are ya?
Yep.
That's all? That's your story? Yep. Come on
I
now.
believe
Yeah, I'm an adventurer, not
Yes.
a storyteller.
I know adventurers that stand out among others, and that's you, and they've always got some sort of story to tell. Who are you about then, and what are you for?
We're giant killers.
Ah, giant killers.
Friends of dragons and enemies
Oh.
of giants. Yes.
Let me guess. Pixie fuckers as well, are ya?
I
That
tried
hasn't
it
come
once.
up yet, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
If it'll get me some more dust, I'll do that.
You've got the spirit of a true northerner in you. Not as fragile as these little fake northerners, as they so call themselves. Well, anywho, how? I'm the castellan of the gatehouse. I know, I dress like a water Davian, but I'm from the true north. I'm from Luskan, and I spent a many day up in the 10 towns as well of Icewind Dale.
Ah,
You've been around, I see.
I say, acting like I know what he's talking about.
Well, I mean, I was a sellsword for 3 winters. No formal training myself, to tell you the truth. But I've plucked a many blade into a goblin, I can tell you that. And I report to Lady Laurel Silverhand of Waterdeep. I do.
We've been there.
Ah, but I bet you didn't see Lady Laurel Silverhand, did ya? 'Cause you ain't got that sort of stature like me. You may be a strong adventurer slaying giants, but I know people.
I fold over my collar and show the pen.
What's that?
Never mind. And I tuck it back in.
Huh? Watch where you're stepping when you walk through, right? Don't go walking through any fields or nothing. You're gonna break them pumpkins underneath your boots or deroot some carrots.
Right, we'll be careful.
And
We'll
what's
be
with that
careful,
giant
yes.
snake? Is that a rodent?
It's not a rodent.
It eats
I would
rodent.
be
Well, I've
careful-
been
I would
told
be
to-
careful how you talk to her.
I've been told to not allow rodents into Goldenfields. Are you sure that's not a rodent?
No, if you have a rodent problem, she will take care of it.
It is like
Talking
7
about
foot
snake,
long.
he was
How
talking
can
about the snake, right?
Ah. Well. Alright then. You seem good enough. And I was just busy training my men here and all that. Teaching them how to really wield a spear, because I've done that before myself. Can I help you with something? Give you some directions around town, perhaps?
The
North
Furrow.
Furrow Inn.
Ah, North Furrow Inn. Head down the dirt road, up that way on yonder. Go through the town, past the livestock field, past the grain towers, past Harvestone Abbey, up to North Furrow's End. It's right up there on the hill, you can't miss it. Hey, wait! Hold up.
Damn.
Do you not have any respect for Goldenfields? Are you not humbled by the presence of such fine farmmanship?
I don't know if that's a word.
My farm
It
is
truly
better.
is a wonder.
Oh, it's a word.
I plan on.
You probably wouldn't know because you're not from the 10 towns.
You know,
say-
my farm is more natural.
The 10 towns don't farm, right? Why don't they have that?
Now, ye should do yourselves a favor and travel to Earth Mother's bounty. And he points to this building right here that you guys are standing next to. And you see a large statue of Chauntea, a 20-foot tall statue, actually. She's just massive. She's depicted as a plump, smiling woman, standing with her hands on her hips in a garden of golden wheat, surrounded by a dirt roundabout. And this is you guys are sort of standing around, talking next to it. And north of that statue, you see a stone building with an open front. and above there is a sign reading Earth Mother's Bounty. You can get seeds and corn cup shears over there, or whatever they are. Them ones. Them corns. Good, I'm not much of a corn eater myself, but yeah, you should go there and get some stuff, because that's what, like, lots of people do that when they come into town and that.
All right. That's sound advice. We thank
Pick
you.
it up on the way out, since we can't stay the night here.
Aye, just doing my job. Enjoy Goldenfields. Remember the name. He hasn't even told you his name. Alright then. If you get any trouble, well, don't come to me, because I'm a gate guard. You go up and see that Strug Thunderblade. He's in charge of the militia and that. He'll get you out of
Thought you
trouble.
were the Castellan.
I'm the
Keep your
Castellan,
eyes
yes, of the gate. Just this gate.
What's your name?
My name is Hantinus Tarm. That's Tarm as in Tarm.
Very strong name.
It was me father's name, and it was me father's father's name, and it was me father's father's
Start
father's.
walking away as he's saying his father's, just leaving him.
I think I saw some goblins on the other side of the wall.
Alrighty.
Or rodents.
Alright, you guys just walk off, and he keeps on hammering on. You can see some of the guards like falling asleep listening to him. And as you guys head up here on the outskirts of town, you see these large fields with roaming oxen and cattle, cordoned off pens for sheep. There are chickens, there are turkeys, there are pigs. Each one is about half a mile in diameter and enclosed with wooden fences. And you see a shepherd. And you see there are workers with milk buckets, there are workers with wool shears moving among the herds of cows and sheep. And one of the shepherds sort of stops you all as you guys walk by. Hey you, he says.
Yes.
You guys looking for some crops?
Well, you make that sound weird.
Yeah, that sounds.
Sounds a little
What kind?
shady.
What kind of
You got
crops?
what I need.
And
you
why?
got what I need.
And why are you whispering?
Oh, I've made a mistake. I'm sorry. Wrong person. Mistaken
isn't this-
identity.
Now, don't be hasty. Don't be hasty.
Everyone make a perception check.
Isn't this like the cattle ranch part of the town?
Yeah, he's a shepherd. He's a male human, Tarami human, and he's dressed exactly like a shepherd, as you'd expect. It's like a sort of a woolen cloak on. And he's carrying a shepherd's, what is it called? A shepherd's sort of trident thingy, a shepherd's hook. All right, you guys realize how he could have mistaken identity. Or could have mistaken you guys for like the wrong people, because first of all, you guys do stand out among everyone else here. And Thomas and Than and Norrin, as he's talking and moving about, he's got his hand on the shepherd's crook, and you see as his cloak, which is a bit thick for given the weather, and a bit long sleeve given the weather here, it's actually like a little bit warm, a black wing snake tattoo on his inner wrist. Symbol of the Zentara.
Ah,
Sorry, friends. Mistaken identity, he says. It's the snake's also biting a coin. And then he just goes back to his work, starts like herding some sheep.
that's interesting.
Well, put the pin in that and come back to it.
Make a note.
Okay, you guys continue on past the livestock field, and as you come into like sort of the town area here, so there is like a concentric ring of buildings set up which constitutes the actual town. So This map, what you see, everything is farm except for this area. That's how big the farm is. It's massive. It's like, what, 5 miles across. Various crops and whatnot, and then the actual town itself is about a mile in diameter, set up with concentric rows of houses. What stands out the most in the town is this very elaborate building over here. It's elevated on a small hill which overlooks the town, and it's an abbey. An old stone edifice. The outer walls have statues of Chontair at every corner. As you guys are walking through the town, you do notice there is a small grove. There is a group of trees just walking around. Like, literally.
The trees are walking around. Wow.
Oh,
You see 3 young treants just milling about, walking here and there. And one of them, a large oak tree, winks at you guys and waves. Hello there.
hello, friend. I give him the secret handshake of the enclave.
The tree has a face, and he sort of moves around. It's very, very large, and just moves around on his roots by sort of sinking them and uprooting them as he moves. And it just says like hello in a very friendly fashion. And he has like little, as you can see in the token, he has like moss growing that sort of constitutes eyebrows, and moss growing around the bottom of his where his chin would be to constitute some sort of beard. And a very kind, welcoming looking face. Welcome, fellow Enclave member. You are safe and welcome here in Goldenfields. My name is Liphilus.
Thank you. Name that I cannot pronounce. My name is Sander.
Liphilus, like leaf and lass. Liphilus.
Yes, that exactly.
And a group of young children, they are giggling, and they run up and they start like sort of poking him, and he extends his branches down and they start like climbing the tree. Aren't children wonderful? He says. And he seems to be like very popular. Locals are waving to him as they're walking by, and seems very, very friendly. What's your name?
Name is Sander. Pleasure to meet you.
And your snaky friend?
She's Ka.
Oh, and what about the big man there with the axe? What's your name?
The name's Rend. Rend Sunder.
Rend. Oh, and you seem like one with nature. Those antlers. It's good to see that you are reusing what has been taken from this world, and you've turned it into something beautiful and new. What is your name?
I am Norin. It's nice to meet you.
And behind you? What is your name there? Armored one? He looks at you, Than.
My name is Than. Nice to meet you.
Pleased to meet you. And he extends down a branch to shake your hand. That is how you humanoids do it. And what about the one wearing the red nose?
It still has the red nose. He's Thomas, but don't stay too close to him. He tends to burn forests and things.
He likes to use fire.
That sounds very bad.
He likes to play with fire.
I do not like fire. It is horrible. Don't start any fires here, please. I'm petitioned to protect Goldenfields and so of my Trentlings here. Now, little one, halfling. Car, is it?
Guys, my snake, yes.
Oh, yes, Car's the snake. I'm sorry about that, Norin. What can I help you with, Norin?
Well, I'm gonna scratch my head. It's like, we're just visiting Goldenfield. Our friend here has some information for... What's his name?
Miros.
Miros, yes. And also, we have been chasing giants in the area. Have you guys haven't had any trouble with giants lately?
Oh, I think there was some trouble, yes. Yes, we were attacked by giants. But the archers fought them off. I didn't know much about it. I'm not the most mobile.
Did you know if they broke into the town or...
I don't know the particulars. They didn't get as far as old Lifeless here. But you should definitely go and see Zileng if you want to know more information there, Thomas.
Oh, yes.
Alright, and as he's talking, you see one of the kids pull out a dagger and stab it into him. And starts carving their initials into him.
Oh, shit.
Don't worry, it doesn't hurt me. I'm happy with this.
That's... I mean... I'm in shock. I'm in shock.
You can all carve your names on me, don't worry.
I'm gonna carve.
I'm
gonna carve. Than was here.
Alright, he carved Than was here into him.
Are you giving the tree like a tramp stamp?
That's right.
Oh,
and then a little dove.
Well, I just wanted to welcome you all with a warm welcome to Goldenfields.
Thank you.
Any news from the Enclave?
Oh, the Emerald Enclave? Why, yes. I'm a member of the Emerald Enclave. Do you know I never used to be a tree? Well,
no. What were you?
I think so. Oh, I thought I was a druid. And he looks over at you. Thank you for taking such interest in me, Than. He looks at you, Ren, and says that. Maybe the druid's memories imparted to me. I can't quite remember. But my creator was a druid named Erglus. He's not only a member of the Emerald Enclave, but he also lives in is it the Waterdeep? No, it's a forest. Was it the... Oh, I've forgotten the name. I'm usually quite good with names. Sometimes.
Yes, we can tell.
I'm sorry.
It's fine, Barkley.
He looks over at Thomas. I thought your name was Norin. Is it Barkley?
Yep.
Okay, Barkley. Well, and he extends all his branches outwards. Enjoy Goldenfields! Ha 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 ha! He shakes his branches and leaves fall down.
Thank you, and I look quite disturbed that he has like a... You basically have carved half his trunk away with names.
You guys see people just sowing fields and whatnot, farmers, common folk, just around this area. And the lady that Lifeless said that may know about the giant attacks, he directs you towards the abbey, and then the inn is over here.
You said Z Lang was the guy for the Giants?
Yep, Zileng. Zileng. Alright, so he waves you guys by, and then other people, children come up. Tell me a story, Lifeless. Starts telling a story. like mixing up, just butchering any names that are in the story.
So to the inn.
Yep.
Okay, you guys head through the town, and it looks like this is where all the residents stay. These concentric half rings around a central square, and you sort of head through the central square, and there are locals here socializing. There are some people having picnics. There are some people praying to Chauntea. There are orderly rows of longhouses. Each one could probably house 100 people, and they face inward toward the central plaza, with the Abbey of Chauntea looking over it all. Each longhouse is quite impressive. Each one is a work of art. The beams are sculpted with images of particular animals, therefore differentiating them. See the house of the mouse, the house of the bear, the house of the elk. All different animals. Many druids just getting about these longhouses as well. There are some wagons and wheelbarrows parked just about everywhere. And just a simple commoner, a farmer, stops you guys as you're walking through just before you get to the inn. And he sort of points to one of the wheelbarrows. Need one, friend?
Need the wheelbarrow?
Yes. Oh, you're not shopping for fruit and vegetables?
No. We were just heading to the inn.
If you need one, they're free to use. Help yourself.
Well, thank you. But I will not take one. I actually have this very nice bucket here. Got it for 1 gold.
Oh.
I still have that bucket. I'm not.
He nods at you and he goes over to the next group of people walking through and says the same thing. And eventually you guys come to North Furrow's End. Standing to the north of the town is a 3-story stone edifice with arched windows offering a view of the surrounding gardens. You walk in, you can see some thin plumes of smoke issuing from its many chimneys, and there are these life-size statues of rearing horses flanking the double doors that lead into the common room. And above the doors hangs a wooden sign that proclaims the name of the grand establishment, North Furrow's End, in fancy lettering. And there is a stable house to the west of the building that could hold your horses. Saying.
If we had.
Yeah,
Okay.
if we had one.
As you guys
Well,
head in... Yeah.
Technically, we have like a bunch of horses, right?
Yeah.
We're like famous athletes that have like, instead of like 7 cars, we have like 7 different type of horses.
Like park your horses up like a showroom. Alright, as you guys head in, there's some like arguing happening. The tap room itself, the common room, is very, very cozy. It's a very large open space with some tables and chairs just here and there. And there are these like sort of wreaths and lines of vines lining the windows. And there's like an arched ceiling, which looks like sort of a forest canopy. And there's a real theme of sort of nature. There's cornucopias hanging from walls, fresh, mind you, and flowers everywhere. And even the bar is this beautiful sort of elven designed wooden intertwined sort of bramble looking sort of image sort of carved into it. And there is a man and a woman arguing as you guys head in. Now, the woman has her back to you, and she looks like an older woman, and she has a very coarse voice. And she's arguing with someone at the bar. And the man at the bar is yelling, and he looks like some sort of, yeah.
It's Wolfman Jack, if
He looks-
any of you guys are old enough.
Like so, he looks like a wolf. Yeah. The woman is just sort of scolding him. I don't think so. I've not come here for that sort of debauchery. How dare you? I'm here on behalf of Lady Laurel Silverhand. I'm from the city's watchful order of magistrates and protectors. Do you have any idea who I am? I'm a lady of the law. Oh, come on, lady. You're a lady of the law? You think I'm a bit hairy, do you? Well, if you think I'm hairy up here, you should see how hairy I am in other places.
You mean your toes?
And
Armpits.
they continue to argue. It sounds like he's trying to hit on her. And then he sort of stops. And he's just polishing a flagon of beer as he's arguing. You notice he has this sort of albino hair covering every exposed part of his body. And he sort of stops arguing when you guys walk in. And there's actually only one other patron in here. It's a drunkard, a little halfling who's just keeping to himself. Oh, we've got some guests. Enough of your bickering, wench. We'll pick this up a bit later. Oh, why never? She sort of gets a little bit pissed off and she just sort of sits down from the bar a little bit. Oh, welcome to North Forest Inn! Rawr, I'm a wolf man! Oh, just kidding! Oh.
Is he? Does it look like a werewolf,
He looks...
or maybe like a curse gone wrong, or something like that?
He looks humanoid. He's got a barrel-shaped body, thick white hair covering his arms, chest, back, and head. Other than that, he looks human.
Okay.
Come in, take a seat. My rooms are spacious and comfortable. My food is plentiful and delicious, made with only the freshest ingredients procured from Goldenfields. Just, wipe your boots before you get anywhere near the bar. I know what you adventurers are like, tracking mud everywhere. But don't worry, I've got a full crew of cleaners. Treat them well, though, otherwise I'll bash your heads in. First flagon is always free. Come in and grab yourselves a flagon of golden gulp.
I like this place.
Are you Miros?
Don't mind if we do.
Huh? Yeah.
Are you?
How did you know? Miro Zolp, at your service.
Wait, don't give him the bad news till we get our drinks.
Yeah. Well, after these guys start drinking, do you mind if I have a private?
Hey, listen, mister. I've already got my eyes set on her. So beat it. I know that everyone's always trying to get a little chunk of the wolf man.
Well, I come with news of Trell.
Huh? Me pa?
Yeah.
Right then, well, have a drink. And he pours you all a drink in this very, very nice looking varnished clay mug that has sheaves of golden wheat painted on its side. Looks like a little work of art in itself. And everything is very sort of, very chic in this place. And then he sort of counts them out as well as he gives them to you guys. 1, 2, 3. Alright, you guys, just have some drinks. And as you guys are sort of sitting there, this little halfling comes and slides up to the bar. He seems drunk. Hello there, friends. Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Howdy.
this place is so boring until you came here. Oh, their arguing was a real dampener on my day. Please, can one of you sing me a song?
I can't sing, but I can play you a song.
Oh? Sure, anything. Please.
Absolutely. So I pull out my stringed lute and I go to town.
Alright, go for it.
I join in on the loot.
Alright,
Damn.
it is astounding. Even Miros seems mesmerized, and the woman's demeanor has changed from pissed off to sort of nice now. And the halfling, He's just like lost in the song. Oh, music! Music is the food for the soul. Starts trying to sing along. Oh, friends, that is something. Oh, friend, please, I must sit with you. You had me at, can I buy you a drink? Yes. He like sort of gets up on the bar, starts to stand up on the stool, and he puts his little arm around your shoulder. So, about that drink. And then
You were buying us a drink?
Oh. Well, there's a little problem there, friends. And he's sort of swaying a little bit. Emiros, he stopped serving me. He said that he's going to cut me off if I drink more than 5 flagons before midday. But I'm not a little Lightfoot halfling. I'm a strong-heart halfling. I'm strong and I can drink. I can handle my drinks. He's just overreacting. I think the hair's gotten into his brain. Say, what are you doing here anyway? You're adventurers.
We are.
Delivering a message to Miros.
Oh, well, you better speak extra loud because I think the hair's grown up into his ears as well. And Miros just like hears that. Whoa, what did you say? He just roars. Ah! And he starts going absolutely berserk. Come here! And he jumps over the bar and he grabs the halfling. Ah, what did you say? And he starts strangling him. Ah, don't say that about me again! He's just
I changed the song to an upbeat tempo.
And suddenly the halfling just kicks him in the nuts and sort of gets out of the grip and stumbles onto the bar and sort of runs upstairs. Anyone else got something to say about the wolfman this or wolfman that? And he starts just
Kind of
yelling.
impressive.
Jesus.
I'm sorry. Forgive me. He calms down. Sometimes if I get a little upset, I get slightly, mildly annoyed.
You hear nothing wrong from me about that.
Yeah, sorry. If I get a little bit upset, I get a bit angry now. Did you enjoy your drinks? What was that you wanted to tell me about?
Well,
Thomas, are you
drinks
sure
were
you
awesome.
want
Go
to
on now.
stab him?
And he like leans in right close to you. It was you, right? It was you that wanted to tell me something. You was about my paw.
I changed it to a more somber song.
Yes, it's something best told to you while you're on the other side of the bar, though. Well, your father took me in, and I have to.
Oh, I think I heard something about that. I'm not gonna lie. When I heard that, it made me a little bit upset because, you know, the way I look in that and Harry, and I always thought that my father sort of disowned me a little bit because of it. But to be fair, I did run away and join the circus of my own accord. But I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit jealous when I heard about that.
Well, he spoke often of how much he missed you.
Why are you speaking about him in a past tense?
Because he's dead. He was killed by giants in an attack on Night.
That's a terrible delivery.
Oh my god, poor guy. Should have set him down. Have a
He
drink.
just jumps the bar and like runs at you, Thomas. He just screams like,
Oh my.
like absolutely berserk, and he
I'll interpose myself.
he picks up like a massive club from underneath the bar. At the moment, it was just between Thomas and him.
Oh my.
Can I cast hold person?
After the first round. What do you do, Thomas? You're like literally over the like you're on the seat at the bar, and he's like on the other side of the bar.
I guess mirror image.
All right.
I say, calm down, calm down. Calm down, friend.
Alrighty. He's not calm. He's going absolutely bizarre. Ah! And he just jumps the bar, grabs the club, and just snaps the club over his head. And then he comes in to just grab you, Thomas, with a massive bear
We
hug.
didn't do it.
Roll a 1d20.
Oh my.
For your mirror image. Alright. It will be your mirror image. Alright, he tries to bear hug your mirror image and pff, he comes in with quite a lot of force and just grabs the mirror image and pff, the mirror image just sort of breaks away. And at this stage, I'm gonna roll everyone else into initiative. Alright, Thomas, you're up. You guys are just, sort of standing around a bar.
Well, so they gotta send you to timeout.
I'm out. I'm out. That's where my daddy used to put me right there. Ah! Screams at you. And it does not work.
Okay.
Rend, what do you do?
I changed to a slower song just to try to calm it.
Alright, make a performance check. That music, what's that noise? Shut that up! Starts yelling.
That's the end of my turn.
Alright, it's Naxine's turn. And she just sort of yells, Miros! Calm down! This is highly inappropriate! Just, I've got an idea. We're going to relax, we're going to take some deep breaths, and you're going to sit at the bar with these people for 8 hours. And she casts suggestion on him. He calms down, and then he just drops the broken club, and then he just sits down at the bar with you guys.
That's good breathing.
I need a drink.
I think you should have 3.
Alright, you guys share another drink with him. He just gives you guys all another round on the house, and then sort of calms down. He gets a little bit upset. It's been a long time since I've seen my pa. I'm sorry for flying into that rage. It just happens when I get upset.
I don't blame you.
Well, he was a good man. Take you in like that.
It probably saved my life.
He was always experimenting, obsessed with things that should have been buried with the past. Perhaps that's how he found you, future man. Well,
Really helped me.
thank you. Thank you for coming and telling me this in person. I really wouldn't want to have heard it any other way.
Well, I owed Trell a great debt. That's why I came straight here. Well, as straight as I could.
Well,
Thought you should hear it in person.
I must thank you for that. Thank you so very, very much. I mean, the least I can do for you all is give you a free room for the night. Know those guards and say that these rooms are supposed to be for the workers and all that, but hey, you're practically a brother to me.
We would kind of be, wouldn't we?
Yeah. I apologize anyway for my behavior, and Maxine, yes. We're still on for later, right? He just slaps her.
Oh my god.
You're the one that needs to learn to cast suggestion.
I'm only tolerating you because of the respect I have for Lady Laurel Silverhand. The Lord's Alliance need to bring Goldenfields up to standard for this lawless land. Okay? Business. Well, you've got a room too, Maxine, right next to mine, by the way. You know, walls are kind of thin if you feel like knocking during the night, because you need anything at all. I'm there for you. I think I will sleep in a tiny hut out in the fields. I have much better company with the cows or the pigs. Well, how long you all in Goldenfields anyway, by the way? How long y'all here for?
Well, long enough to get our bearings and get back after the giant. Killing as many as I can to avenge your father.
Oh, yes, them damn flying giants. Just hearing about what they did to my father, just... Maxine sort of tips her glasses down at him.
Easy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We heard there was a mess of hill giants heading this way.
Hill giants? Ha ha ha! Oh yes, some of them tried to attack about a month ago. God killed them off, they did. None of them got near old North Furrow's hand. But imagine if they did. And they broke through the door. And then my server got squashed. And then what if they got one of my cleaners? And then went after the food and the decorations!
Take a breath. Take a breath.
Yes. Well, they're not gonna bother us anymore. It's all safe here. We got Captain Strog Thunderblade. He's a captain of the guard. He takes care of things here. And I'm sure after our last attack, he's got all the men into shipshape order and all that. They're a little bit sort of all over the place. And I did get a little bit worried from what I heard they'd made it through the wall. But rest assured, he's a veteran of his trade, and I don't doubt him.
You know which way they came from or which way they went when they went?
The southeast wall, they did. They came in and jumped it. Climbed up and straight over. Big, fat, blubbering hill giants they were. Few of them.
That's the way we were going to come in.
Oh, southeast wall. So, over here. You guys came in southwest.
Someone had suggested we climb the wall.
Oh yeah, sorry. Oh yeah, I get you now. Oh, that would have been a bad idea. You would have got shot down. There's about 30 guards on each one of them guard towers. Oh, while you're here, make sure you get yourself some good ins. And he takes you guys out to the balcony and he starts pointing out like things to you guys. Over there's your pumpkin fields, and that's the hops fields. That's where all the barley comes, and that's where Golden Gulp's born. We got the cornfield over here, coming into the end of summer now, so they're ripe for the picking and the harvesting. We got the apple orchards over this way. You'll see all sorts of colourful folk dancing and singing around near the apples. A bit tart for my taste, though. I've got a bit of a sweet tooth myself. When I'm not chewing on bones of some of my guests.
What?
Oh, get it, Wolfman. We got the orange orchard over here. That's where all of the oranges are grown. And some herb gardens. They're a bit further off to the, that way. He just points like sort of northish, not really knowing exactly where it is. And then we got the wheat fields, the vegetable gardens, the rice paddies, and the freshwater spring. And he just points to like rice paddies, spring. Just telling you guys a little bit up about the place.
Very impressive farming town.
It is. Quite impressive.
Indeed. And of course, my favorite place, Golden Gulp Brewery. And he points out this large 2-story manse. And rising from the back of it, you see a cylindrical watchtower. Like a spire. That's where the captain lives. Dragonspire. Said there was once a bronze dragon who perched atop of it a quiet winter afternoon about 100 years back. Anyway. It's a bit of a sleepy town. If you like eating and you like drinking, then you're gonna love Goldenfields. But I can't have you more than a night, I'm afraid. Gotta give up my rooms to all the working folks and that.
Fair enough.
And then he just like gives you guys a simple room each, and then he just thanks you all again and just goes back to serving the bar and whatnot. So your quest is complete.
Yay.
Yay.
Alright, so what do you guys do now?
All right.
I do want to steal some oranges.
Alright.
Fine.
To go and steal some oranges, you can head up to the orange trees northwest of the wheat fields. And you can make me a stealth check. You head out on your own. There are farmers around, but not really. I mean, they're not picking the oranges at the moment, so the rows of trees are pretty empty, actually. There's just a farmer or two getting around. And yeah, you're easily able to snatch up some oranges. There's actually a lot of oranges that are just falling down on the road, and people are just picking them up anyway. It seems to be perfectly fine. There's so many of them.
So I'll start peeling one off and eating. I'll go back to the timer. I love oranges.
Very, very nice oranges as well. But they're not the nicest, actually. Not orange season.
Right.
They're not ripe yet. Like an unripe orange. But
Yeah, they look more like lime.
lime. It look nicer. Okay, so anyone want to do anything else in Goldenfields?
I mean, while we're here, didn't they say something about talking to somebody in the Abbey about the hill giants?
Yeah, because I want to go back out and find them. Find
I
the
mean,
See
we
my-
know that there's at least
boss lady, right?
And then
we
there's
know there's at
Captain
least like 6
Thunderblade.
more of them like around.
And if they want food, this is where they're gonna come.
Yeah.
And I might go buy some crops from the old crop dude.
Alright, so where do you guys want to go first then? You want to head over to the Abbey? Go speak to Zi Liang, see if she has any information. She seemed to be like sort of there when the giants attacked.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do that.
Alright, you head over to Harveststone Abbey. It's over here, and you're Lily, feel free to join in as well. I notice you're back. You don't have to sort of sit out or anything. Put your token on the map.
Oh, I'm big.
You're at Goldenfields. Just Thomas delivered the news to Miros, and now you guys have just heard that some giants attacked the town about a month ago. As you guys head up to the Abbey, very elaborate building, and there are well-tended hedges surrounding the foundation. You see a sun-shaped window of stained glass set above the entrance and the steps leading up to it. There are also narrow windows of stained glass decorated with images of wheat and fruit and vegetables, lighting a pillared arcade within as you head into this very open abbey.
What religion?
Chauntea, god of harvesting. She's depicted as a plump woman carrying cornucopia. Towards the back of the building, mounted between these sturdy looking roof beams that are arched, there is a large bronze bell. And it rings as you guys are entering, and it's about noon. And you see some acolytes start to come in and they start praying. And just wandering about the abbey are two bears. They're just getting about. Very, very large rectangular shaped hall with these column pillars, and there are no pews. There are sort of wreaths laying on the ground that act like seats, but they're only spaced around here and there. And most people just seem to be sitting on the floor or walking around and praying. It doesn't seem to be a very formal affair either. People are just praying to different stained glass windows, and at the very, very back of the abbey, there is a large statue of Chauntea where people are giving offerings to, and there are vines surrounding the pillars that support the ceiling. The ceiling is 20 feet overhead, and then it gets even higher as you get towards the back of the building. And yeah, it's just bears, peaceful looking black bears just milling about. And there are no guards whatsoever. And at the back of the building, there is a druid. He seems to be like the archdruid here, the abbot, Aladrin Darovic. And he is just quite somber. He's just offering prayers, silent prayers or whispered prayers to his acolytes as they come in and drop down a cornucopia or some fruit or some sort of meager offering. He looks like he looks pretty druidy.
I take one of the stolen origins and I put them in the as an offer.
Chauntea does not judge, he says. And he seems very reserved and doesn't really talk to you guys a whole lot. He just nods and sighing and sort of coming down from a set of stairs that lead up into one of the like vestibules or one of the sort of side rooms, and it's this woman. She's sort of sighing and looks like she's got a problem. She looks up at you all. Oh! The young woman, human. She looks like she's from Shao, quite far away from the north. Foreigner. And she walks around the temple as if she's like some sort of authority figure. Oh, did my father send you? She comes straight up to you all.
Who's your father?
Oh, the abbot. He points to the druid.
That would be a no.
He's all of our fathers. The father of Toru. Oh, I was hoping that he'd finally gone out and got some real guards. Oh, never mind. You don't look like you're acolytes or disciples of Chontea. In fact, most of you look like you've never had a green thumb in your life. Most of you.
Oh, I was finger painting before. It was green.
Oh. Well, never mind. Oh, why have you come here?
We were told that you had news of the giant attack that happened about a month ago. We happen to be hunting giants.
Oh. But you're coming of your own accord?
Of course.
Well, the only reason why giants attacked us is because some people have not tended to their fields enough. This is a curse from Chontea. A warning to anyone who slacks in their work.
Actually, they're just gathering food to send it to their leader, so the leader can become bigger, fatter, and king or queen.
Yes,
That's what
and
the
that is
farmers do?
Chontea's doing. She wants to take away what we don't deserve. Goldenfields is the breadbasket of the north. Everyone ends on its safety and prosperity. And some are failing to protect it, she says really loud, like so loud that it turns people's heads. But the abbot doesn't really do much, he just sort of continues on.
So you're telling me that the penalty for abandoning your farm is being squashed by a giant?
If you do not love your crops and harvest them and sow them with passion, then Chontea will take them away from you. The turning of each season. But,
And there reflects on the farm that he left behind to follow this quest?
no,
It seems
that is because of our incompetent military leaders. It is still our duty to protect the crops, which some people are incapable of.
you seem a little
Well, yes, of course, I seem a little on edge. Yes, we were attacked by giants. Yes, we managed to fight them off, but they breached our walls. It was just lucky that we were able to sound the bell in time, so the militia came to arms. But the captain, Strog, he was not even organized. It was the gate guards that took down the giants. Where were his militia? By the time that he arrived with his men, they were disorganized. Most of them didn't even have their full armor on. Some of them forgot their spears. And the gate guards ended up chasing all the giants away. He was useless. Of course, I patrol the walls at night myself. I'm a bit of a martial artist. I have
Sneaky.
perfected key power. Yes, I have trained in the fields every night. Trontea has granted me power to manipulate the force of energy of nature.
Right. This breach in the wall, has it been patched up?
Oh, they climbed it! There's no way they could break down the wall.
Well, they are giants. They're very strong.
Impossible. Well, if you're not here to replace that buffoon half-orc, then I don't see what business you have here at all.
So are you Zilang?
Yes, Xi Liang, that is I.
Yeah. Well, we were told you had more information about the giants.
Well, yes, I've told you the information. Our
So
lackluster
nothing outside of the town, though.
Oh, well, why should we care about what is outside the town? This is where our heart is. This is where our crops are. This is what Shantea wants us to protect.
Well, to protect it, sometimes you gotta venture out.
I'll never. Goldenfields is my home, and this is where my soul is.
Well, then you can either stay on defensive or you can go on the offense. Those are your two options.
Yes.
I'm more of an offensive type of guy.
If you want to protect our town from the outside, you're more than welcome to. But I'll tell you, when we are under attack, we seal up our gates, and there'll be no letting anyone back in until the threat is abolished. Well, the few giants that escaped, they ran off, and that was a month ago. I don't think they'd be stupid enough to ever attack again. But
Well, there have been some in the area, so...
that's why we must be vigilant. That's why we need a new captain of the guard. Zilang, says Daravik. Get out. You are disturbing the sermon. Shantea will not tolerate your tone. I'll just go and patrol the walls again myself. He storms out.
Well... don't really know what to make of that.
So the Archdruid has just given his sermon, and
Yeah.
she just left. Okay. Hmm.
Not so much as a sermon, as more just he's just nodding and taking like people's offerings and casting some blessings and whatnot. They're not really like chanting, or they're not really saying anything. Very peaceful and quiet. Alright, it's later in the day now, and you guys have not slept in a good bed for over a week.
Alright, let's go back to the inn and hit the hay, as it were.
Alrighty.
Alright, you guys head on back and hit the hay.
Well, if
And-
I'm using my trident, I'll probably miss it, but you know.
Everyone can take another long rest. Guys have a nice peaceful sleep. Another cup of golden gulp. Very comfy beds.
So what's the goal here in Goldenfields? We're trying to figure out why the hill giants attacked a month ago, or we're trying to track them down, or do we think there's anything to learn?
Well, it's obvious why they attacked, because this is like a farming city, so this is where all the food is. So it's obvious that they wanted to come and get the food. But the reason why you guys came is just because Thomas needed to tell Miros that his father passed away.
Hey, congrats, Thomas.
Yeah, we finally got it done.
He wanted to do it so bad.
I did.
Can't blame him.
Do we need to check with Captain Thunderblade to see if there's a bounty on the giants or anything?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I gonna want to head over to the brewery / guard tower before bed, or in the next morning.
Next morning.
And then if he doesn't have anything, then we'll just be on our way to whatever you
From
have
what you can
lined up.
tell, this guy is pretty incompetent. Well, from what Z Liang said, he's pretty incompetent. But you're not going to get the whole story unless you actually talk to the guy. So you guys will take a long rest, and you're awoken in the night. Mighty yell shatters the night silence. We're under attack! To arms! To arms! It's Orin, the little halfling. He comes screaming into the North Furrow Inn, yelling at you guys at the top of his lungs, telling you guys that you're under attack. Gather your wits, you gather your weapons, and you stumble outside the inn. There's a low mist blanketing the gardens. You see rows of darkened longhouses to the south. And Orin runs out, this small figure. He's stumbling around the corner, losing his balance, and he falls face first onto the ground. You've never seen such a clumsy, disheveled halfling. And he points to the southeast. Giants! Giants are attacking Goldenfields! And he lets out a loud hiccup. That's where we'll end today's session.
Oh,
All right.
So just to be clear, I'm definitely not gonna have time to put on my armor.
Oh yeah,
Right?
you'd have time to put on your armor. Or you'd probably sleep in your armor, unless for some reason you didn't want to.
It's heavy armor. It's chainmail.
Yeah, all that does is like you don't get all your hit die back. So pretty much, if you're like badly beaten in that, you may want to take your armor off so your wounds can heal properly. But if you're just only going to spend the night, you probably don't.
I thought you had to roll Constitution saves for exhaustion.
Sometimes depends on the situation. But
Okay.
usually, if you're just in a town or something. But yeah, like you'd probably just be like, by the time you like take your armor off and get it back on, you're just like, oh fuck that, and you just fall asleep. It takes a good while to take off. Like, what are you in plate mail?
I only have chainmail.
Chain still.
It still takes like 10 minutes to get it off by myself, I think.
Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you very much. Take care, everyone.
Sounds
Thank you.
All right, guys. Later.
Big fight next week. I'll see you guys then.
Right.
Yeah.
Bye.